Riptide fans, now time to introduce the Riptide starting lineup for today's game. In right field, number 24 from UNLV, Austin Christian. In center field, number 22 from the University of Georgia, Y. Allen. In right field, number 26 from the University of Connecticut, T.C. Simmons. At first base, number 14 from TCU, Reed Sedran. At second base, number 2 from UNLV, Adere Williams. At shortstop, number 5 from Vanderbilt University, David Diaz. At third base, number 4 from USC, Emilio Rosas. Behind the plate tonight, number 15 from Tulane University, Zach Beckstead. On the ninth pitch tonight for Riptide, number 29 from Johnson County College, Mike Ashley. The Orange County Riptide, led by assistant coach Randy Barber, associate head coach Tim Brown, and head coach Mitch Lear. Ladies and gentlemen, your OC Riptide starting lineup on the field. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise as you are able.
Welcome to Elmo's Great Park in Orange County, California, as we get set for the Arroyo Seco Saints visiting the Orange County Riptide. I'm Jarrett Thompson. With me, Tommy Wirtz. Tommy, how you doing today?
Hey, we're really good today, Jarrett. Big game out here. Beautiful weather outside. Don't even need to tell you the temperature because, honestly, it's just baseball weather outside right now. Perfect.
Absolutely. A battle of two teams that got off to early starts. The Riptide come in with 6 wins, 2 losses, having won the last 5. The Seco Saints trying to stop a little 2-game losing streak as they come in with a 4-2 record. On the mound for the Riptide will be Mikael Ashley, the right-hand pitcher from Johnson County College.
Yeah, and for the Saints, we're going to see Creighton Hanson again this time this year. His second appearance, his first start, rather. And posting a 2.25 ERA, 4 innings of work this year. His last outing went 2 innings pitched, gave up a hit, and struck out 1 batter. Should be a pretty good game out here. Saints are a little cold right now. Had a weekend over in Palm Springs. Elements and the heat probably getting to them a little bit. They get to come back in the Los Angeles area and try to prove their talents against a team in their conference again, the Orange County Riptide.
Yep, it's going to be the first league game for both these teams. Obviously, the CCL divided from a North Division and South Division. This is the first game for both teams that will count in their division and count in the standings for the division. It's the first of 6 meetings between these teams throughout the season, 3 here in Orange County and 3 back at Jackson Robinson Memorial Stadium. As we're getting ready for first pitch, it's going to be Connor Bradshaw for the Saints, DHing today to lead things off.
Yeah, Bradshaw had a good weekend over in Palm Springs. Was batting leadoff both times over there. Going to see Bradshaw leading off. Cowley and Burden will round out the top of the inning. Should we get to the 4-5-6, you're looking at Peyton Lewis, Josh Cowden, Blake Marsh, rather. And the 7-8-9 will be Cooper Elliott, Brandon Boning, and Jackson Cobb. Here comes first pitch.
First pitch from Ashley is taken high for ball 1. Elmo Great Park, beautiful stadium, going from 325 in foul pole in right field, 325 foul pole in left field, and 400 in dead center. As the 1-0 from Ashley is fouled off to the left side. We'll do it at 1-1. The weather a lot cooler for us down here than.
Absolutely beautiful out here in Orange County now. Big difference between the 111 degrees in Palm Springs over the weekend. And not only can we tell, but I bet you the players can too. They're going to be a lot more motivated, I think, than they were this weekend.
Pitch to Bradshaw. And that misses 2-1. Bradshaw from Pepperdine University can play center field and has been DHing for the Saints so far this season, but pretty much the last few games locked into that leadoff spot.
Yeah, Coach Aaron Milam likes to keep him up there. Guy who likes to take hacks, and, you know, as a pitcher, you don't like to walk the leadoff guy, so they throw strikes to him usually here too.
Yep. In this at bat, however, Ashley's fallen behind. 3-1. Saints looking to get their leadoff guy on. Got off to slow starts against the Power, although they did take a 1-0 lead in the last game. Defensively, a few miscues early on in games. Cannot do that against a team like the Riptide, who have a nice offense. Bradshaw flies that one toward the left field. Running over is going to be Simmons. Will he get a play in foul territory? He will not. And the count will be full.
Yeah, Bradshaw's been right on him here. Full count. The 2 pitches that were strikes, he swung and made contact with. So he's looking to see if he can time him up a little bit here on Ashley and get on base to start off the game for the Saints.
Bradshaw, one of 8 of the 9 lefty bats in the Saint lineup today. And that one misses for ball 4. It's a leadoff walk for Bradshaw.
Great at-bat there for Bradshaw. Every pitch outside the zone he laid off. Every pitch inside the zone he made contact with. Not much more you can hate right there. A leadoff walk scores more than a leadoff triple in the baseball. So if you're the Saints right now, you're real happy with Bradshaw's last at-bat. That'll
bring up Cal Poly Pomona product Drew Cowley. Did not start in the games against the Power in Palm Springs, but he did come into the game. He's back at third base for the Saints today. A throw over, and Bradshaw's back in time. Let's see if the Saints try to run early here on Ashley.
Yeah, Cowley had a 3-for-3 day before heading out to Palm Springs, and they decided to give him the weekend off. Didn't have to start. That one's going to hit him.
Hits Cowley. Looked like Ashley slipped on the mound, and he hits Cowley right in the calf, and just like that, first and second for the Saints with not even a hit.
Yeah, and it's going to bring up Jag Burden for him, and he's been one of the most consistent hitters for the Saints this year. That great lefty bat and stuck in the 3-hole. Freshman going to UC Berkeley. Jag Burden's been a guy who's pretty much just guaranteed at least 1 hit every game.
He's been consistent for the Saints. Pretty much their everyday right fielder. First pitch to him is taken for a ball, and Ashley, a little wild here.
Talking to Coach Aaron Milam about Jag Burden, the only word he can use to describe him, he's a dog. That's what he likes right there. Guy who loves to come out and play right field no matter what. Bats in that 3-hole. A guy who's always hungry for more, never satisfied. First one in, last one out kind of guy at the field.
Like you said, from UC Berkeley, started 17 games. Ashley steps off the mound. Started 17 games out of 33. Looking to become an everyday starter out in Cal.
Yeah, he's earning some more playing time this summer, I would say, right now, too, for the Saints.
And Milam, let him get the opportunity. Milam likes to make a lot of changes as the pitch is right there for strike 1.
Yeah, and has got to take that pitch right there if you're Burden. Some control issues for Ashley to start this game. Probably see a lot of batters rather take the first pitch.
We've seen the Saints start to get more patient as the season goes on. In game 1 and 2, a lot of first pitch swinging. As we've seen, a lot of full counts, a lot of deep counts as Ashley steps off again. Ashley, a big boy on the mound at 6'1", 215 from Atlanta, Georgia. And the 1-1 to Burden. Ashley kicks and deals. That's towards left. Simmons on it. After, is he going to get there? Yes, he will. A nice running catch by Simmons. And left for out number 1.
Yeah, Burden tried to go the other way with it, just couldn't get enough pop on the bat with it. Left it hanging a little bit too high there. And Simmons is able to run over and pretty much make a routine play out there in left. A little bit of running, a little bit of hustle to it, but that's going to be one down here for the catcher today. Can play wherever you want him to play. Number 11, Peyton Lewis.
Yep, as you read off the Saints lineup, probably their strongest lineup we've seen of the people so far. Maybe a few names, other names you can throw in there, but this is pretty much their A team that they're going to send out there most of the nights.
Yeah, for league play, especially the first game, they're going to...
Runners take off. It's bounced. Nice play by the catcher. Go throw down. It's not going to be in time. Great play by Beckstead behind the plate as the ball bounced before it reached home plate. He still picked it and made a strong throw to third, but not in time to get Bradshaw. It's a double steal now for the Saints with 1 out.
Yeah, and a good slide there by Bradshaw. That's our camera angle picks that up actually today.
Yeah.
So, based on the position of our broadcast booth we got today, this is about as good as we got for you, unfortunately. We'll do our best to describe what's happening out there, as that one's going to be fouled off to the left side. Yeah, Bradshaw, very nice slide over there in order to avoid the tag. Ball might have beat him there, but slide to the back of the base.
The Riptide, their last game was June 18th, a win over Walnut, 6-5, a comeback victory. Here's the pitch from Ashley. That's low. It's 2-1.
Some really good at-bats right now for the Saints. I like the aggression on the base pass as well, the double steal. You got 2 guys in scoring position for one of the strongest hitters at the plate. Peyton Lewis leads the team in RBIs, home runs, up there in average.
Peyton Lewis from Texas State. Second and third, 1 out. Here's the pitch. That one bounces. Nice block by Beckstead behind the plate. It'll be 3-1.
Yeah, Beckstead is proven to be the athlete behind the plate right now. And doing a really good job over there. 3-1 count for Peyton Lewis. That's dangerous territory for the Riptide.
Yep, Saints trying to drive in the game's first run. The pitch. Swinging. Fouls it off. It'll be a full count. Something you want to do if you're the Saints, get the pitch count up early. Make them uncomfortable in the early innings, and that's what they're doing so far with Ashley. As Lewis trying to get a ball into the outfield to drive in the game's first run. Second and third, 1 out. Long pause, and the throw home. And that's ball 4, another walk. This time for Lewis, and the bases are loaded now with 1 out.
Yeah, I really like the approach right now for the Saints. Drawing a lot of no hits right now for them, but 2 walks and a hits batsman. Going to bring up the milkman right here, Josh Cowden, with the bases loaded. And as you can see right now, they're going to have a meeting on the mound with Ashley.
Yeah, the Saints trying to get off to a good start. As we said multiple times when we're on the call together, the Saints not a team that strike early in the first or second innings. Usually it's the second time through the order, those middle innings, where they really start to punish the opposing team.
Yeah, and that's a part that Coach Aaron Milam wants to improve a lot upon their game. They want to get these bats started early. It's a lot easier to pitch with a lead than when you're pitching from behind, and the Saints seem to be pitching from behind a lot. So why not get off to a good start right here? And Josh Cowden up with the bases loaded is a great spot. Guy who leads the team in batting average right now, 357 at the plate.
And you mentioned in Palm Springs, he's got to get his hits in bunches. Today will be a good game, a great start to get his first hit of the game here today. First pitch. He swings and misses. He's always aggressive in the count. We see him swing at the first pitch a lot, but he came up empty there.
Showed a little emotion in the last game, too, getting ejected in the last inning.
Yep, the very last batter.
Pretty much the last pitch.
Yeah.
I think it was a full count when he got ejected.
Then Elliott came in and worked a walk.
Got the walk for him.
The 0-1 misses outside. It's 1-1. Pitch count already getting up there for Mikal Ashley. And he has not allowed a hit yet. Only one ball in play was the fly out by Burden. That one's hit through the hole for a base hit to right field. One run will score. Here comes Callie. The throw from Krizik in right field will be cut off, and the Saints take a 2-0 lead thanks to a 2-run single by Josh Cowden.
And there you go, Josh Cowden, like you said, likes to take early rips early in the count. Beautiful RBI single right through the second base and first baseman. Gets into right field there. Not going to be a play for Krizik to throw home. And Josh Cowden gets us started early here and gets us a 2-0 lead for the Saints.
That'll bring up Blake Marsh, the first baseman, trying to add on. First pitch misses for a ball, 1-0. And like you said, the Saints getting off to that early lead. You said walks count for more runs than a leadoff triple.
And it shows right there. Leadoff walk, scores.
The first hit of the game for the Saints. Marsh fouls that one off. It's 1-1. And Josh Cowden leads this team in hitting for a reason. He shows right there.
Yeah, and don't be surprised. Blake Marsh, he's up there now too, and he's working his way up in the order. A guy who started off the season batting 8th, and here he is in the 6th hole to an RBI opportunity in the first inning.
Yep. Ashley and the Riptide looking for a double play to get out of the first. The 1-1. In the dirt, another good block. As Beck said, he's going to have to work back there.
And this is a completely different approach for the Saints right now. They're being really patient at the plate. Guys who are usually swinging a lot. It's a league game right now. They're trying to be more serious, more competitive now. A team that strikes out nearly 8 to 12 times a game, somewhere in that range, and we have yet to see anything like that. They've been real patient. They've drawn out walks. They've drawn out at-bats, and they've waited for their pitches.
That pitch is in there for a strike that counts even at 2 apiece. Marsh went to Wichita State. Currently in the transfer portal.
And there's going to be a lot of teams looking out for Blake Marsh over here, especially if he continues to put up a summer like this.
Absolutely. It's an important summer for a lot of these guys, but maybe more for Marsh than others. 2-2. Just misses. Yes, it just misses. It's going to be a full count.
Yeah, Riptide bench not too happy about that one. They think that one caught the corner, but top of the first here still. We got to see what zone the umpire is working with.
Michael Ashley in danger of walking his 3rd man of the inning. He also hit a man. Here's the 3-2. Runners do take off. Throws in there for strike 3. Throw it into 3rd. Kicks off of Lewis and will go to the dugout, and he will score while Cowden takes 3rd.
Yeah, I don't know if that ball hit Lewis, but no one saw anything over there. Smart on the double steal to after the ball gets away. Cowden and Lewis move another base up. Lewis is going to score. Cowden's at 3rd, and now Cooper Elliott's going to bat the other Wichita State product on the Saints.
Yeah, Marsh strikes out for the 2nd out of the inning, but the double steal by the Saint works out for him. And now the 7th hit of the inning for the Saints as they have a 3-0 lead. And that one's in there for a strike going 1. And this is exactly what you want to do when you're coming off of 2 losses, your first 2 losses of the season, to come out and get an early lead. Nothing better for a pitcher, Creighton Hanson, to come out with a 3-0 lead in the first, possibly more.
Yeah, that's going to be really, really something that he loves to see. Like you said, we don't see a lot of times pitching with a lead to start the game. And if we were batting around with a pitcher at the bottom, Creighton Hanson would be getting ready to pitch, or ready to hit, rather, before he'd be ready to pitch right now. They're about to bat around here.
Absolutely. Elliott in center field today. We've seen him at 3rd base as well.
He's their ultimate utility guy on the Saints roster right now.
From Wichita State as well. Off-speed pitches in there for a strike. It's 1-2. Top half of the first inning, the Saints lead 3-0. A 2-run single by Josh Cowden to get things rolling here.
Yeah, not too often you get 3 runs on 1 hit in an inning right now. A couple of walks, a hits batsman, and that's how you add up to 3 with only the 1 hit.
And that's what the best teams do. They take advantage of those walks. Pitch from Ashley. Nice job by Elliott to stay alive. That's what those best teams do. They take advantage of those walks, those hit by pitch. Now, the Orange County, our team, we saw their last game. I said they won 6-5. We're down 5-0 in that game and came back. They're a team that you can't stop putting your foot down.
No, absolutely. Got to stay in strong. This is the first inning of work here. 3 runs is a great start, but they'd be a lot happier if they were scoring 3 runs every inning.
There's the pitch to Elliott. That's high. It'll be 2-2.
Cooper Elliott should have had the day off last game in Palm Springs, but we had said earlier, had to come in for Josh Cowden getting ejected and was able to draw a walk, and that was his only at-bat.
In the first game last Friday, he had an RBI single to tie the game at 3, in which the Saints eventually lost 4-3. That off-speed pitch misses as well, and we got another full count.
Another at-bat that's been really strong. It was 1-2 count, and fouling off a pitch and watching 2 balls go by. Cooper Elliott making a very good at-bat out of this first AB for him in the first inning.
It's the 4th full count for Ashley of the 7 hitters he's faced in the top half of the first. The 3-2 is popped up. Looks like Rosas is calling it off at third. He's under it, and he'll make the catch. Retreating to his left for out number 3, but not before the Saints, thanks to a 2-run single by Josh Cowley to get it going here in Orange County. The Saints lead 3-0 going to the bottom of the first. The bottom half of the first here in Orange County as Creighton Hanson will take the mound with an early 3-0 lead as the Bats got him 3 runs on only 1 hit as he'll get his first chance through the order against the Riptide. Leading off is Dwight Allen, the center fielder for Orange County. First pitch from Hanson, and therefore strike 0-1.
Yeah, and Creighton Hanson, guy who throws a lot of gas on the mound right there. You can top out right around low 90s, 90, 91, 92. Young guy still out there, got plenty of eligibility left. He's got the curveball, as you just saw right there.
Hanson, another Saint from Wichita State.
Seems like a theme today.
Fires that one in there for strike 1-2.
And Hanson is fighting for a role here. If he's got his stuff working today, you could see him go anywhere from 4 to 6 innings. They want him to be that 5th starter.
That one's low 2-2, and yeah, after the Saints, although they have had 2 days off since the game's in Palm. They use a lot of pitchers, especially in that second game when they allowed 11 runs.
Well, and Tristan Garnett got a little trial start, 3 innings of work. Pitched very well for him.
It's a full count to Dwight Allen, who's yet to swing the bat. Allen, the center fielder, sophomore from the University of Georgia. A lot of D1 schools from the Riptide. As mentioned, this is the strong part of their team. Foul tip could not be caught by Lewis, and they'll do it again. They know how to score runs. They got some pop in this lineup.
Yeah, when you're playing summer ball, though, they don't care where you play. Everyone's competitive. Everyone wants to play baseball. Doesn't matter if you're Power 5 or junior college.
As Hanson strikes out Allen looking for out number 1.
And that's the start they wanted right there for Creighton Hanson. Get a good strike on the inside corner there, send down Dwight Allen, and work it over to Williams from UNLV.
Yeah, Williams, one of 4 players on the Riptide from UNLV.
I think one of 2 broadcasters goes to UNLV
Yeah,
here,
absolutely.
too.
I got to see a lot of these guys. Williams fouls that one off. UNLV, one of the best offensive teams in college baseball this past year, thanks to the 4 men, 3 of them in the starting lineup for the Riptide today. The 0-1 from Hanson. Foul tip by Williams. It's 0-2.
Mixing in that off-speed, very nice here. Williams way ahead of it, able to get a piece of it, but 0-2 count now here for Creighton Hanson. Let's see what he's going to go with here early in the game to try to get that strikeout pitch.
Yeah, Hanson's got him where he wants him. It's going to be a fastball. It's going to miss.
And that fastball looks like it's coming in extra hot today from Hanson. He's got his stuff. He's warmed up. I saw him doing his little pregame rituals and stretches beforehand, and he's ready to go.
That one misses, and it's quickly 2-2. Hanson working quick on the mound. Not much time between his pitches.
Well, we see that from a handful of Saints pitchers, and that's when it seems that they're at their best, is when they're working quick and they control the pace of the game. Get on the mound and just fire it. Not a lot of thinking.
The pitch. He struck him out. Back-to-back strikeouts for Hanson to start his night, and there's 2 down now.
Back-to-back on the fastball, too, from Creighton Hanson. Looking really good out there, and what would be better than a 3-run top of the first, a 1-2-3 inning from Creighton Hanson on the mound.
Nothing like setting the tone on the road than that type of first inning, but it won't be easy. Here's Jack Thomas Wold. The DH today can play first and right. Another one of those rebels from UNLV. Way out in front of the curveball for strike 1.
Big cut on it there from a big guy at the plate. Bold choice, no batting gloves either with the wood bats right now, too.
The 0-1, swings and misses, 0-2.
Quickly 0-2 here for Hanson. Let's see if he continues to work quick. And now Aaron Milam's going to call the shift really late here. Outfield's going to start moving.
Check swing, did he go? Check down, he did not. We have 3 umpires here today, so they can check down at first and third.
Makes it a lot easier for the home plate umpire. He can just focus on the zone.
Hanson looking to strike out the side. Off speed, just misses. Hanson started walking off the mound. He thought that was strike 3.
Yeah, we don't have a really good vantage point of where the zone is today. Must have been just a little outside for our home plate umpire's liking.
2-2. Works quickly. That's strike
That
3.
one wasn't.
Look in.
Striking out the side, Creighton Hanson. All on the fastball there, making quick work of this Riptide first 3 here, and that's exactly what you want to see after a 3-run top of the first.
A great first inning for the Saints as we'll go to the second with the Arroyo Seco Saints leading 3-0. Michael Ashley back on the mound for his second inning of work after a long first inning, as the Saints will send the 8, 9, and 1 hitters to the plate, trying to add to their 3-0 lead.
Yeah, and we're going to see the hitters for the Saints.
It's Brandon Boning, the shortstop, to lead things off.
Yeah, we're going to get back to the top of the order here before some guys even get an at-bat for the Riptide.
Yeah, well, there's 3 batters at the plate. As Boning fouls out the first pitch, 0-1.
Very excellent work there by Creighton Hanson, striking out the side. Looking very good for the first inning of work. And the start where he's trying to earn a spot in the rotation.
The 0-1 pitch to Boning. And that misses, 1-1, and the Riptide dugout not liking some of these calls from the home plate umpire.
Yeah, it seems like Boning's just keeping his head in there, trying to remain focused. Could have had a better weekend, went 1 for 6 out in Palm Springs over the course of the 2 games. But a guy who loves to bat in this order for him, and Aaron Milam is going to use him, a great defensive wizard at the shortstop position. Always seems to be making the big plays for him.
Yep, the middle infield duo of him and Jackson Cobb, who's on deck. A good one for the Saints. Boning from Cal State Northridge. And that pitch misses. It's 3-1. Saints got the leadoff man on last inning via a walk. Boning looking to do the same here in the second.
Yeah, and Ashley again continuing with some command troubles. You see already they got someone up in the bullpen for the Riptide. We'll see how that pans out and how long Ashley will be out here.
And there's ball 4.
Another leadoff walk here for the Saints. That's exactly what you want to see. To start an inning, a walk's just as good as a single.
Absolutely. Good job by Boning. And that'll bring up Jackson Cobb trying to get going here. After a good start to the season, last few games been a little slow for him.
Yeah, his last 3 at-bats, he struck out. He's 0 for 3 this weekend in Palm Springs. He's got way too fast a hands, though, to be in a slump this long. He's a legit guy, a lot of attention around the country for his recruiting out of high school.
Even after an injury, such as a torn ACL.
And an incredibly fast recovery on it. It tore his ACL August 30th of 2019 and was able to be back by the baseball season.
Yeah, just that spring.
Unfortunately, canceled due to the COVID-19 pandemic that season.
He's ahead in count 1-0. Throw is going to be picked over at first by Spenneth.
It's all right to respect Boning at first base, a guy who has a lot of speed. We've seen him steal quite a few bases for the Saints this year.
Saints never shy to send their runners, especially with a 3-0 lead in the second. 1-0, slide step. And that misses. It's 2-0. And it doesn't look like Ashley's leash might be very long as this one continues.
Yeah, you just can't seem to find the zone right now. He's now on the verge of walking his 4th batter in only an inning's worth of work through the first time through the order. And he's already hit a guy, too, if you want to count that. So he's definitely got to switch something around if he wants to continue pitching in this game. Over 30 pitches in the first inning.
And the leadoff guy, Bradshaw's on deck. But first we have Cobb with a 2-0 count. That one skips to the plate. Boning's going to take off for second. He's going to get there. It's going to be a wild pitch, allowing Boning to take second.
And now we're going to see Beckstad come to the mound to talk to Ashley here. Probably along the lines of just telling him to relax a little bit, cool down, just throwing down the middle at least, find the zone.
7 straight balls for Ashley after the first pitch of the inning was fouled off by Boning. And now if you're Cobb here, it's got to be a take all the way now.
Absolutely. 7 straight balls. This is not a green light situation. This is stop, red light.
Yep.
No swinging at this one right now.
Especially with the leadoff guy and Bradshaw on deck. He walked, came around to score on the Cowden single.
Well, with a guy with Cobb's personality, I still wouldn't be surprised if he swung at this one too, to be fair.
If there's someone on the team to swing, it would be him. He is taken, and it's a smart take. That's ball 4.
And Ashley continues to struggle right now with some command problems. A lot of speed on the base pass right now between Boning and Cobb. And that's going to be good for Cobb now to get a little rhythm going, seeing the ball better at the plate at least. A guy who chased a lot of pitches this weekend seems to always strike out when it goes in the dirt.
Yeah.
So he can always have a chance to run to first, but he'd much rather walk than strike out.
As you mentioned, speed on the base pass. Bradshaw has a chance to put one in the gap. He can drive in 2 if he gets a pitch to hit, 'cause that's ball 1. Now to Bradshaw, and that's 9 straight balls.
9 straight.
And this is more of a thing now of I'm taking until I get a strike, but also in the player with the capability of Bradshaw, there's a pitch there he likes. Throw home. Off-speed pitch is in there for a strike.
And there's the zone now for Ashley. You say 9 straight balls there was right there?
Yep.
Didn't want to get up there to 10 and 11. Oh, my.
Only 1 hit for the Saints, but they got 3 runs and 2 runners on here in the second.
Been very smart on the base pass, very smart at the plate.
Runners are going to take off. Throw in the dirt. Another pick, and he won't be able to throw down. Is Beckstead as the ball bounced to him, and he picked it. Another double steal for the Saints.
Well, and Boning had a great jump at second. Beckstead was looking to throw to third the whole time. Maybe he could have attempted to throw out Jackson Cobb at second, but there was no way he was getting Boning at third base. Smart play just to hold on to it. Last time he threw over, ended up getting misplayed, and a run came around.
That's 3 double steals as Bradshaw fouls that one back to even the count at 2 apiece. That's 3 double steals so far for the Saints in 2 innings. And as you said, Cobb, reading that Boning took off a little late, but the throw being in the dirt, Beckstead did a great job to pick it, not let it go to the backstop, but had no chance at Boning. Boning he didn't even have to slide at there.
But it looks cooler if you do.
Absolutely, get that jersey dirty.
Yeah, make it look like you work hard.
Here's a 2-2 to Bradshaw. Off speed, misses. And it's another full count.
Bradshaw's been very smart. Worked the full count his last at-bat. Doing it again here.
Already 14 pitches in the inning for Ashley. He threw 30 in the first. 3-2. And that misses for ball 4. 3 straight walks here in the second inning. And they're loaded now for Cali.
And they're going to keep Ashley out there. I guess the bullpen's not ready. It's going to be Drew Cowley with the bases loaded, who last time he got a start, he went 3 for 3. Got hit by a pitch earlier in this game, last inning, actually. He's a guy who was a CCAA tournament MVP back in 2019. Always found his way batting north of 300. This is the guy they want at the plate right now for the Saints. 0-1 count after the first pitch.
Cali from Cal Poly Pomona. Fouls that one off. He's a little late. And it's 0-2.
There's a little bit of confidence now for Ashley after just struggling to find the zone. Finally going ahead on a hitter here. 0-2 count on Drew Cowley.
Cali, primarily a shortstop at Cal Poly Pomona, playing third for the Saints. As the 0-2. Way outside for ball 1.
And Cowley's pretty much been stuck at that third base spot for the Saints. We've seen Bradshaw there. We've seen Cooper Elliott there. Even Sebring, I think, got to start
and
there
Dixon.
this weekend. Dixon as well. But primarily in these league games and in their A-team roster, you're going to see Drew Cowley playing the hot corner for the Saints.
See if you can drive in a run here with the bases loaded, nobody out. Pitch. High, gets off the glove of Beckstead. And Boning, not the best of reads on it over at third. Elects to stay. Probably a smart decision with nobody out.
No one out. You don't want to get the first out at home. Got the bases loaded, like I said, for your 2 spot. One of your best hitters on the team. Let him hit you in.
Is this a point where for Ashley on the mound, it's starting to get in your head mentally of throwing strikes?
Right now, the mound looks about the size of a quarter, or the zone, rather. It's not very big for Ashley. He's north of almost 50 pitches right now in the 2 innings of work. Got no outs here in the second inning.
That one's in the dirt. It's 3-2, and I feel like that's when it's most dangerous. Not dangerous for another walk, but leaving a pitch to hit for Cali.
Yeah, and he started this AB off 0-2, and he's worked it all the way back to a full count here, and this would just be detrimental to Ashley to have an 0-2 count and end up working it all the way back for another walk.
I think that might end his night if he does. Let's see the 3-2 to Cali. And that's low for ball 4. He walks in a run. 4 straight walks in the second, and the Saints get their 4th run of the game. Here comes the coach. That looks like that's going to be it for Ashley.
Yeah, and it had to be. You just walked in a run and didn't even allow a hit. Bases are loaded. This is exactly what you want to see as a Saints fan here. And that will be Ashley's last batter.
Yep, that will be it for Michael Ashley. The Saints get to the starter in 2 innings, as they look still with the bases loaded and nobody out to extend their 4-0 lead. The new pitcher for the Riptide will be Jake Biederman, the righty from Davidson College, with instructions of throwing strikes. After 4 straight walks from the starter, Michael Ashley walks in the Saints' 4th run of the game with still the bases loaded, nobody out. This must be the most difficult position coming in as a pitcher. Nobody out and bases loaded. Like, good luck.
Yeah, definitely something you didn't want to see if you're Michael Ashley. Only an inning's worth of work due to not getting any outs here in the second, walking the first 4 guys. And after you walk the bases loaded, then give up a run after, that's usually the time you get the heave-ho.
Yep. So
couldn't fight in the zone tonight.
Disappointing start for Ashley, but Biederman will try to pick him up. As Burden takes the first pitch ball.
And you got to credit the patience here by the Saints. They're understanding that these pitches aren't coming in where they want them. Umpire seems to have a little bit of a smaller zone tonight, especially over what we saw this last weekend.
Burden flew out to left for the first out in the first inning. That pitch is right there for a strike.
Yeah, Burden's one of the few guys that are able to put a swing on a ball here. We've seen walk, hit by pitch, walk, 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 walk.
Yeah.
All in this game.
Still only 1 hit for the Saints. That one's a chopper to third. Nice play. Rosas is going to go home. Throw in the dirt. Could not be picked.
And Cobb's going to run home.
That's Bradshaw who snuck his foot in.
Yeah, Cobb was actually the first one. Bradshaw came around after.
Heads up base running by Connor Bradshaw. 2 more runs for the Saints.
Just like that, Drew Cowley also works his way over to third and at second base. Jag Burden, that's going to be not an actual, but the easiest double that he'll see in a while right there. Ground ball, chopper to third. go home with it instead of getting an out. Not able to pick it is Beckstead. 2 runs are going to come around to score there. And we got Cowley at third and Burden at second now with still nobody out for Peyton Lewis here.
A smart play by Rosas to go home, get the lead runner, just threw it right in the dirt.
Yeah, that's a hard play for Beckstead to make right now. And another 3-run spot here in this top of the second now for the Saints with a lot more damage they're hoping to do.
It'll be an error on Rosas at third, throwing error, allowing Cobb to score, and then Bradshaw with heads-up base running sneaks his foot in there. That one's hit towards right. Krizik coming in. Will he get there? Yes, he will. See if they tag. They do. The throw home to get Callie's a good one, and they got him. It's a double play. A great throw by Krizik and right.
Yeah, and if you're the Saints there, you might as well send him. Had a really hot inning so far. Try to add on more runs. Cowley just didn't have a good enough jump. Krizik delivers a beautiful throw there. And that one Beckstead is able to pick.
Yeah, beautiful throw by Krizik. It was set up for him perfectly. It was a line drive by Lewis to right. Krizik running in already, able to catch it and keep his momentum going forward with the throw home. And a beautiful throw gets Callie. So now 2 outs, runner on second for Cowden. He had this only hit for the Saints with a single to right in the first. To drive in the first 2 runs for the Saints. Throw. It's low for ball 1.
Yeah, and a single would probably drive in the speedy Burden as well here too. With 2 down now, you should see the Saints swinging away.
And like you said, I like sending Callie there. Saints have speed. When you have a 6-run lead, that's when you can send him. That one's popped up. Will Rosas have a play in foul territory going to the fence? He will not. And they'll do it at 1-1 now. Cowden, not one that takes many strikes. If it's in the zone, he's swinging. He wants to hit. And so far this season, he's getting a lot of pitches in the zone. That's why he leads the Saints in hitting. Six-0 lead for the Saints, still only on 1 hit. There's 2 errors. Pitch. Grounder to second. Williams on the backhand pick, can't make the play. Here comes Burden. He will score the 7th run of the game. And the Saints keep pouring it on here in the second.
Yeah, Cowden, nice piece of hitting there. Not sure if that one's going to be ruled a hit or an error. It was a weird bounce over there at second base for Williams. But a play that you know he wishes he probably made right there to stop the bleeding. But Cowden's able to put a ball in play and keep this inning alive here for the Saints.
It is going to be ruled an error, the 3rd on the Riptide, as Williams, if he gets that play again, probably likes to put his body in front of that instead of going to the backhand.
Absolutely. That's going to take away an RBI there from Cowden.
That one's in the dirt. Cowden's going to take off for second. Throw from Beckstead's a decent one. Good backup there by Williams as the ball got past the shortstop Diaz, and Cowden with a stolen base.
Yeah, and Cowden wasn't even running on the pitch. He just saw it dropped right there and decided to take a chance at it. Maybe a good throw gets him, but I think Beckstead was caught a little off guard that Cowden was running on that, and the hustle was able to get him over to second. And now we got a runner in scoring position here for Blake Marsh.
Riptide trying to get out of the inning without further damage. They trail 7-0 already. Marsh grounder to second. Williams makes that play. Strong throw to first is in time for out number 3, but not before the Saints score 4 more runs without even a hit in the inning. 2 errors for the Riptide contribute to that. The Saints will go to the bottom of the second with a commanding 7-0 lead. Couldn't ask for a better start if you're the Saints, as they're up 7-0 going to the bottom of the second. Creighton Hanson looking to do what he did in the first inning. He struck out the side, as he'll get the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for the Riptide here in the second. Seth Beckstead to lead things off. The catcher, first pitch swinging, pops it up. Boning retreating in the grass at short. Routine play is made for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out.
The efficiency from Creighton Hanson has got to be the story of the first 2 innings as well here for them. The 3 strikeouts, and then coming out here, the first pitch of the second inning, he's going to get the fly out.
That I'm at the first baseman, Reed Spenrath. Like you said, Saints, a lot of the Saints players already 2 plate appearances in the game. Still our first time through the Orange County order. First pitch, inside for a ball, 1-0.
Yeah, and Spenrath out of TCU's had a little bit of a slow start here for the Riptide. .67 batting average, but 6 RBIs and 5 walks. A guy who likes to be patient, still gets on base for him, and is a productive part in their order, and that's why he bats 5th.
It's 2-0. The Riptide came in, as mentioned, with 6 wins, 2 losses. Both those losses coming to the same team. That one's fired in there for strike 1 when the home plate umpire thought it was strike 3.
That's the second game in a row we've had that now.
Absolutely.
With an umpire losing track of the count. I didn't think it was strike 3. I don't know what he was looking at there. Now that's the first strike.
There's the second strike. Now I saw a speed pitch, and Hanson battles back for a 2-2 count, as I was saying.
That would have been the easiest strikeout of Hanson's career right there.
Only got to throw 1 pitch. As I was saying, the Riptide 6-2 as the 2-2 pitch misses. It's 3-2. Both their losses came to the Alaska Gold Planters of Fairbanks. They started the season 1-2. Currently on a 5-game win streak, but it's in jeopardy as they trail. There's the off-speed pitch for another strikeout.
And Creighton Hanson is just a man on a mission on the mound right here. He is a bad man. Not missing any of these pitches right now. That's going to be 4 strikeouts in the first 5 batters right here, and the other one is a 1-pitch pop fly to shortstop.
Cannot start the game any better if you're Hanson. He'll bring up Austin Krizik, the right fielder. We saw him gun down Callie at the plate in the last half inning. Another one of those, as aforementioned, UNLV players.
Krizik's been a very valuable part of this Riptide team for the first part of the season. Guy's got 9 hits, 9 runs, 7 RBIs, even 2 triples. Shows a lot of speed when he puts the ball in play.
Quickly behind 0-2. He hit .361 at UNLV last year. Played left field a lot for them. In right field today. Here's the pitch from Hanson. Fastball. Excuse me, that was ball 1, I guess, the first pitch. See, the umpire's not the only one that doesn't get the count right, I guess.
Yeah, we get a little leeway. We can't see what he's even saying over there.
I was say there's a big pole right here, too.
Perfect view. Right in the way.
Krizik fouls that one off to stay alive.
Hanson's still attacking here. He's still moving at that really fast pace. The 1-2 count, he's go back to the fastball. Let's see if he goes with 3 fastballs in a row here or tries to switch it up and goes breaking ball.
Yeah, looking for his 5th strikeout of 6 hitters. And that one just misses. And it's even at 2 apiece.
Heard some oohs from the Saints dugout here. Thought that one was going to be over. 2-2. Still got room to work around here for Hanson.
Pitch. That one's a strike 3.
And he is just not missing right now. This is in the zone for Creighton Hanson. 5 strikeouts in the first 6 batters and 6 up, 6 down for him so far to start it off.
5 strikeouts, 3 of them looking as we go to the 3rd inning with the Saints leading 7-0. We go to the top of the third inning with the Saints leading 7-0. They sent 7 hitters in the first. They sent 8 in the second. Let's see what they have in store for us here in the third. And Tommy, we have 1 hit in the game and the score 7-0.
Yeah, the Saints have just been taking advantage of some poor pitching performance right now from the Riptide. Control issues. Started off with Michael Ashley. We're going to see if Biederman here can limit the damage a little bit.
He came in the second inning, had to get all 3 outs. Did not help with 2 errors when he came in. He'll get his first full inning of work here in the third as Elliott chops one right back to Biederman. He'll throw over to first. It's a good one for out number 1.
Yeah, really easy play after you make it on the bump there. Cooper Elliott now. Maybe his 0 for 2 start. We're up back to Brandon Boning, who drew that walk to start the second. And there was a lot more following there as well.
Got to second on a wild pitch, then stole third. Came around to score on the walk. And this is where it's important for the Riptide. We talked about their offense. They're going to hit. They can hit. Obviously, right now, Hanson dominating this tough lineup. But they have the offense that can hit. And 7-0, it's a large deficit, but it's still early. But this is where they're going to have to get someone from this pitching staff to slow down this Saints lineup. Yeah, only 1 hit, but Saints are getting on, and these are all good at-bats they're putting together. Bunny rips that one to third. Nice play over there by Rosas.
And that's just an unfortunate piece of hitting right there for Boning. Rosas makes a great play. That's probably a double all day for Brandon Boning. Was going to be a fair ball, and Rosas makes a heck of a play over there at third. And quickly, 2 outs now for Jackson Cobb and the Arroyo Seco Saints.
Unfortunate luck there for Boning as he barreled that one to third. Rosas, who made an error last inning, throwing home, makes a nice sliding catch there.
Trying to make up for it the best he can.
Yep, and Biederman looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Cobb first pitch swinging. That's going to be into right field for a base hit.
Yeah, just between second and first there. Cobb puts a nice piece of hitting on that. And that's good to get him started. His first hit in a while here.
And like you said, his last at-bat, sometimes it takes, even an at-bat where he sees 4 pitches, not one of them a strike. Just getting on base, seeing the ball. Sometimes that's what it takes, and it can get you going, especially a guy with the tools of Jackson Cobb.
Yeah, I said earlier, his hands are way too fast to not be good at baseball. Yeah. A guy who gets them all the way around really quick. Small guy generates a lot of power, and he's on the run now, too, to second base.
Throw down's a good one.
He missed him.
That should be safe. It is.
He's safe. What a slide by Jackson Cobb, and I told you this guy's going to be exciting this summer.
Absolutely. A great throw by Bexa to second. Cobb went through the backside, and Diaz at short missed the initial tag. Cobb gets in there with a stolen base.
That's a very Fernando Tatis-esque over there for the California reference. Jackson Cobb, I mean, even when he's doing something not as exciting in the box, he's doing it exciting on the base pass. We had a good view of that. Unfortunately, our camera doesn't pick it up, but
Bradshaw swinging, chopper to first. Ninth played by Spenrath, who'll touch the base. So some excitement from Jackson Cobb, but nothing going for the Saints. In the top of the third, they still have a 7-0 lead. As we go to the bottom of the third, you're listening to Saints Baseball on the Arroyo Seco Saints Radio Network. Welcome back to Orange County as we play the bottom half of the third inning. Creighton Hanson back out there for his third inning of work. Jarrett Thompson and Tommy Wirtz with you in the booth. And Tommy, as I look at the score sheet so far for Hanson, a lot of Ks.
Yeah, 5 out of the 6 batters that have come to the plate have been struck out by Hanson. And talking to Coach Aaron Milam yesterday, Tommy Steyer, who was going to be our 6th inning interview today, as that one is in for a ball, was going to be the starter today, but a last-minute change brings Creighton Hanson to the mound. Said it was a matchup thing, and I guess that matchup is in favor of Creighton Hanson.
2 quick balls. He's behind Davis Diaz, the Riptide shortstop, 2-0. Yep, Hanson, a beautiful start. It also helps when you get 3 runs in the first and 7 through the first 2. Fires in a strike there. It's 2-1.
Yeah, Hanson is dominating right now, still working that really quick pace, getting set right away and straight to the windup.
Fires the 2-1. That one's hit towards right, but right at Burden, takes a few steps back in, makes the catch for out number 1. And like you said, Tommy, we were talking in between innings, his fastball looks alive today.
It is zipping in there real fast. I said it touches the low 90s, and it's consistently sitting there right now. It's not just touching there. He's got his best stuff on the mound today, and Creighton Hanson looks to be in a zone through these first 7 guys right now.
The third baseman, Emilio Rosas, will dig in for his first at-bat. 7 up, 7 down so far for Hanson. First pitch ball.
Rosas made a nice play over on Boning, the top of the inning. Good sliding stab out there.
1-0's popped up towards right in foul territory. Marsh and Burden sliding into the cage, but it went just foul. 4-strike-1.
Out of play there for Burden. Sliding in the outfield. Pretty skinny foul territory at this park. Not a lot of room. If it's going foul, it's probably leaving the park.
Absolutely, especially towards the deeper end of the ballpark. Gets very skinny out there for the outfielders. 1-1. Right there for strike 2, 1-2. The Saints got off to a 2-0 lead thanks to a Cowden 2-run single in the first. A stolen base by Peyton Lewis at third and a throwing error allowed him to score to make it 3-0. As Hanson just misses there.
And the crack of the glove on Peyton Lewis as Hanson's throwing that fastball in there. It's a work of art right now.
2-2. Off-speed pitch is a beauty for strike 3.
And he is continuing to deal right now. Creighton Hanson, these batters have no idea what's coming next. The breaking ball getting them right there. The fastball's been the go-to pitch, but a little bit of off-speed, too, to fool Rosas.
4 of them looking, as the Riptide have no answer so far. And it'll be the number 9 guy, the left fielder, Terrence Simmons from UConn. First pitch ball.
Simmons, very limited so far this year. 4 at-bats for the Riptide. That one's going to be fouled off to left, bringing this count even at 1. Out of UConn, but both his hits have resulted in runs and got 2 RBIs as well for him right now. So, guy you got to respect at the plate's been seeing the ball well in the limited time he's gotten.
That one's blooped towards left. Running over his Cowden. Will he get a chance? He cannot make the play as he came up against the fence there, but it will be a foul ball.
Yeah, that's a good example there of those skinny outfields. Foul lines, rather. Cowden a little hesitant to run into the wall on one of those right there, and maybe at Jackie Robinson he makes that play, a little less scared to go after it, but understandably you don't want to risk an injury. It is only summer ball right now.
And first game of the
long CCL season.
Yep. Like I said, these teams will meet 5 more times after today. The soonest being June 27th at Jackie Robinson Memorial. That one misses for a ball. It's 2-2 now to Simmons. Hanson looking for his 3rd straight inning with at least 2 strikeouts. The windup and the pitch. He gets it, a swing and a miss, strike 3.
And Creighton Hanson is just a different breed on the mound right now.
line them up and knock them down for Creighton Hanson. We're through 3 with the Saints leading 7-0. Jake Biederman back out there for the Riptide as we start the top half of the 4th inning with the Saints looking to add on to their 7-0 lead. If they got the 2, 3, and 4 guys up. Starting with Cowley, the third baseman.
And Drew Cowley hit by a pitch and walked. Got an RBI the easy way with the bases loaded walk in the second. See what he can do in his third at-bat already.
First pitch in there for a strike.
3 at-bats in 4 innings of work is a little untraditional in a baseball game. The Riptide only gone through the order once so far, and this is Cowley's third at-bat.
Has a chopper down the first baseline foul. Cowley's gone 0-2, and especially when you look at the box score and see 2 hits.
Yeah, that's just something you don't like to see as a Orange County Riptide fan. But when you're the Saints, it shows that you're taking good at-bats and waiting for your pitch at least. Smart base running. Very good success right now at the plate, even though there's not a lot of hits for the Saints.
The 0-2. And the dirt to the backstop for a ball, 1-2. And it seems like, Tommy, we've done the last few games together. The theme is the team that's been making the errors in the first few innings. I've been obviously the ones falling behind. 3 errors for the Riptide so far. We saw the Saints make some of those the last 2 games in Palm Springs.
Well, baseball is a game not just about technique, but it's a lot of intelligence that goes into it too. And usually it's not always the best team or the strongest team or the fastest team, but the smartest team that wins at the end of the day, as that one's in the ground for a dirt.
No, and it's a lot of things of just doing your job. You go out there, make the routine play, do your part. And so far the Saints have been doing that. Even with only 2 hits, they've had some excellent at-bats, and it's contributed to 7 runs. Pitch to Cali, that one misses. He's worked it back 3-2 again.
And the double steals that we've seen, they've been very aggressive on the base pass today. Just saw an exciting steal from Jackson Cobb last inning. And even taking advantage of when balls are passed and other times.
That one's hit towards left center. Simmons going under it. Should be routine for him. He'll make the catch for out number 1.
Yeah, Cowley just getting underneath it a little bit. Had to swing at that one. It was going to be a strike. He'll be up there hungry. He's still gotten on base 2 or 3 times now here. And that's going to bring up Jag Burden, who reached on the fielder's choice with the throwing error from Rosas going home last in the second.
Came around to score later on the E4 on Williams. He takes that one for a ball. He flew out to left in the first inning.
Yeah, it was one of the few guys swinging in the first inning.
Well, no, he's swinging there. He got under it. Diaz going out at short. So is Rosas. So is Simmons coming in from left. He'll make the catch. And 2 fly balls to left. for the first 2 outs.
And Biederman has come in for the Riptide and really calmed the storm after the command issues from Ashley in the first 2 innings. Biederman, like you said, sometimes just takes a change of pace. Have him go on the mound, control what's going to be done throughout the game, and has me going to the windup straight from the stretch. Maybe that is playing a role here in the success for the Riptide.
First pitch bounces to Lewis for ball 1. Lewis, as many, walked earlier in the game. He also flew out to right.
Drew Cowley was thrown out on his sac fly attempt last time up. Probably a little too shallow to run on it, but they were hot in the moment. Tried to get that 7th run of the inning, and they ended up getting it a little later after that.
Excellent throw by Krizik. Lewis ahead of that one. Strike 1.
Peyton Lewis is a real team leader out there. Another guy batting north of 300 for him. Has the home run this year as well. Guy who can do it every time he comes up to the plate, though.
Beautiful curveball there by Biederman. And he's a strike away from retiring the side here in the 4th.
Stays in the Texas room at the apartment complex, along with Jackson Cobb, John Chomko, Bo Willis.
That one's fouled just over us and into the trees.
He went down to get that one. That was a strong swing right there. It sounded like he got off the end of the bat and still was able to muscle it all the way through just outside the fences here.
Biederman getting these Saints players to pop it up here in this inning. 2 flyouts. And that one swung in the dirt. And it'll be thrown down by Beckstead to first for out number 3. Lewis goes down swinging. Nothing going for the Saints in the 4th. They still lead 7-0 as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning.
And we're back here in Orange County for the bottom of the 4th inning. Story of the day so far, Creighton Hanson. Guy has 9 up, 9 down to start us off here. Struck out 7 in those first 9 batters, including 4 of them looking. He's been on a tear right now, and he's looking to continue that heading into the 4th inning.
It'll be Dwight Allen, center fielder, lead things off. He had a good at-bat in the first inning, but was one of the strikeouts looking as he takes that one for a strike. And you look at both starters right now, and both of them just really complete opposites.
Yeah, Michael Ashley, a lot of trouble finding the zone today. Only went 1 inning, pitched into the 2nd, but gave up 4 straight walks to start us off. And Creighton Hanson's had no command issues.
Now it's fouled off. He's ahead 1-2. Hanson yet to walk someone, currently at 45 pitches. As we play inning number 4, like you said, you always talk about with pitchers is efficiency. Exactly what Hanson's doing. He's looking for another strikeout here of Allen. That's lined to right field. That's going to be the first hit of the game for the Riptide.
Yeah, and Dwight Allen had a very good at-bat in his first appearance of the day. Able to fight it off, 1-2 count for his second at-bat.
No hitter tonight for us.
He's going to fire it off into the right field. Got to say that every time it gets broken up. Very strong hit for Allen into right field. Burton's able to field it really nicely. Keeps him at first. And it's going to be Williams now for the Riptide.
As it's ball 1, and this is where Hanson will try to not lose his grip. Like we said, when someone's dominating so much, you don't want to give it a rally here. They got their first hit. Now the Riptide, their spirits are high with a 2-3-4 coming over as a throw over is not in time. Hanson looking for a double play ball from Williams. Williams struck out. Second baseman from UNLV. That one's a ball. Williams, one of my favorite players to watch. Obviously being at UNLV, calling UNLV games. He's arguably my favorite player to watch at second for UNLV. Plays hard.
He's doing pretty well for the Riptide here, too, this summer. .412 batting average.
Gets under that one. Over at third is Callie. Under, backing up. Makes the catch for out number 1.
A little bit of trouble there for Cowley, but able to find it again. Boning, giving him enough room, giving him some backup in case. And that's a great way to shake off some jitters after the first batter gets on for Creighton Hanson.
Great bounce back there by Hanson.
Getting the pop fly to Williams. That's going to bring up Jack Thomas Wold for the Riptide.
Wold went down looking. Allen takes off. Wold swings and misses. Throw down to second. It's not going to be in time. It's a stolen base for Allen. You know he's on the base paths. He's always a threat to steal, and he does just that.
Yeah, that's why he bats leadoff for him. Jack Thomas Wold, very strong hitter at the plate. Figure a single for him wouldn't be too hard, so getting Dwight Allen in scoring position. Hopefully try to chip away. He's going to steal again.
Third. Lewis throw down. Not in time, and on 2 pitches, Allen goes from first to third.
Two stolen bases.
And you wonder if that's in the game plan for the Riptide. We saw a lot of base runners stealing on the Saints in Palm Springs. It's one of the weaknesses so far defensively for the Saints. They're getting stolen a lot. As now a fly ball from Mold as he's ahead in the count 2-1. We'll get the Riptide on the board for the first time this evening.
And if you're Creighton Hanson right now, that's least of your worries.
Yep.
Pitched very well so far. Going to work over to a 3-1 count right here. The first time we've seen him a little bit rattled, but nothing he's not new to. Still working that really fast pace. That's what I like to see from him.
Well, fouls that one off.
And just like that, we're worked back to a full count. Creighton Hanson has gotten a lot of these guys to 2 strikes in their at-bats, and that's been a huge part of the success so far for him.
Off speed, Wold's ahead of it. Fouls out, looked like he broke his bat.
Yeah, he's walking over there for something.
You can hear it on him. He hit that. Looked like he got jammed a little bit. And they'll do it again, 3-2. Jack Thomas Wold hit over 400 for UNLV this year. The only player for the Riptide from UNLV not playing today is catcher Eric Bajani, who won the Buster Posey Award for best catcher in college baseball this year. So the Saints do not see him today. Maybe one of the other 5 matchups.
Very prestigious award. Buster Posey, of course, the San Francisco Giants catcher. Finally having a little bit of a rebirth season for him. Had a couple of years off there, it seemed like.
That's a chopper to second. Cobb's going to get it. Strong throw, and the Saints will trade the run for the out. Riptide are on the board. And an RBI ground out from Jack Thomas Wold.
And you know what? You got to give a great round of applause for Dwight Allen there for the Riptide. Able to steal his way over to third base on 2 pitches. Just to give him at least a run here. Start chipping away at it. But Creighton Hanson very happy with that. Trade the run for the out. Now you can just go right back to worrying about the batters. And as he's been doing that throughout today, it's been very successful. As that one's going to be fouled off for Seth Beckstead.
0-1 now to Beckstead. So if you're Hanson, 7-run lead, you'll take that any day of the week. Trade the run for the out. As he's looking to get through the 4th. Still with a 6-run lead. Beckstead lines that one to left. That's going to be another hit for the Riptide. Second one in this inning.
Yeah, we know these Riptides can hit. A lot of guys north of 300. Beckstead even batting 500. 3 hits, a home run, 4 RBIs, but 4 walks as well. Has a decent amount of at-bats. And looks like pitching coach Josh Schmidt's going to come out there, make sure everything's all good with Creighton Hanson.
Saints do have someone warming up in the bullpen.
Looks like number 37, Kyle Sunduk out of UTSA.
Sunduk's been good this season for the Saints.
Very good last outing for him. Went 3 innings, 1 hit, no walks, 3 strikeouts. But just a little bit of trouble here for Creighton Hanson. Nothing too extreme. Might as well keep him in there as long as he's doing this. Giving up only 2 hits through 4 innings. Struck out 7. None this inning.
He'll now get the first baseman, Reed Spinrath, for the Riptide. Spinrath struck out looking. Back in the second inning. A little tardy on the fastball, 0-1.
And that fastball is still coming in hot from Hanson. Even into the 4th inning. Still likes it, still throwing it. And it looked unhittable for the first 3 innings.
That one's lined up the middle. Another base hit for the Riptide. Here he's going to third is Beckstead. Throw from Elliott's going to go to second. He'll be runners at the corners now with 2 outs. 2 straight hits for Orange County.
And maybe just being a little careful here. Spenrath able to get ahead early on Hanson to get a single to move Beckstead over to third. Got runners at the corner now for Krizik. Another UNLV product on this Riptide team.
And we talked so much about the Saints. Usually the second time through the order starting to get to the starter. It's the Riptide doing that here tonight. Not a base runner the first time through the order. Now sending the 6th batter to the plate in the 4th inning.
Yeah, and it's been kind of loud here, but Hanson, again, just got to worry about the guy at the plate right now. 1-0 to start the guy. Brings it back to 1-1.
Off-speed pitch, Krizik was early on.
Hanson needs to hunker down here on the mound. Attack Krizik. Any outs just as good.
That fastball misses. It's 2-1. Doubt we'll see Spenrath run here from first. As Riptide still trail by 6 here in the bottom of the 4th. 2 outs, there, runners on the corner. Fouls that one off 2-2.
And this is where Hanson is like to be all night. Getting these guys to 2 strikes very quickly. The last 2 batters, unfortunately, not able to get there.
Back-to-back singles, 3 singles in the inning. And he struck him out. Fastball blown by Krizik. So Hanson works out of trouble, but the Riptide do score 1 as they cut the lead 7-1 as we head to the 5th. On to the 5th inning we go with the Saints up 7-1. Looking to add to their lead. They'll get Cowden, Marsh, and Elliott against Jake Biederman, who's back out there for another inning work. He's been good since he took over for Ashley in the 2nd inning.
Definitely been a good change of pace for the Riptide. Josh Cowden, though, one of 2 guys to get a hit here for the Saints. He's looking to find his 2nd one. Guy who's never had a single hit game here in Pasadena. Every time he's gotten one, he's at least gotten 2.
The milkman, as you like to say, takes ball 1. Swings that one in the dirt. It's 1-1.
Very unconventional swing at a pitch in the dirt from Cowden. Great plate discipline this year.
Cowden, another one of those as we get further in the season from Milam. That one's grounded. That's another base hit for Cowden. He's got his 2nd of the game.
I told you, every time he gets one, he seems to find another one. That one's going to go right between 2nd and 1st. We've seen that a lot today as well, too. Cowden is now sitting pretty. Reaching base all 3 times, 2 for 3 due to the error, but he'll be happy with standing on first base.
As I was saying, Cowden, another one of those that's kind of been penciled into that 5 spot and in left field every day for the Saints as this lineup begins to construct and be a more consistent lineup. Marsh swinging at the first pitch, comes up empty 0-1.
And if the Saints are looking forward to this CCL season, they're going to need to find that lineup they like. Move some guys around, and for the first CCL game, this is what they're rocking with, and it's proven to be successful.
Pitch to Marsh, misses, and that's a ball.
7-1 here in the top of the 5th inning. Although there's a large lead in the runs category, same amount of hits, 3-3. Of course, if you're just joining us, Michael Ashley, some command issues for the Riptide. They're going to throw over at Cowden after he stole the base last time out.
Saints been running early on the Riptide.
It's been the eye at the plate, the story of the day so far for him right now.
A lot of walks, a lot of patient at-bats from the Saints. This pitch to Marsh could be a double play ball. Williams drops it. Still going to go to 2nd. They're still going to get Cowden at 2nd. So it could have been a double play ball there from Williams. Bobbles it, but is able to get the lead runner. And there'll be one away with runner on 1st.
And Williams having a little bit of trouble at 2nd base today. We've seen an error on him already. Got to settle down a little bit. Hard hit ball by Marsh right at him. Able to get the lead runner Cowden, but you know the Riptide wanted to get the double play there.
Biederman sure would have liked it as now he gets Elliott. The only man not to reach base. Excuse me, him and Marsh. Now that Marsh has reached base, we're the only men. As Elliott's 0 for 2. He takes ball 1. This is only the 2nd game for either teams, or any of the teams in the South Division of the CCL. The only other game, Santa Barbara defeated the Academy Barons. Everyone else yet to play their first league game, just like both these teams tonight. 1-0 to Elliott after a long pause. Misses, it's 2-0.
Cooper Elliott's been very consistent for the Saints this year. Going 2 for 4 this weekend out in Palm Springs. Had a 2 for 3 day with an RBI, as you said, in the first game, and supposed to have the day off, but came in the 9th inning for a pinch hit appearance.
2-0's in there for a strike. 2-1. And since Biederman came in, we said he's been well. Has not walked a batter.
And that's what they needed for the Riptide right there. A lot of walk issues. If you include the hit by pitches, had 7 of them
7
in the
free
first
passes.
2 innings.
7 free passes that Ashley allowed, and that's why he got pulled early, as it's 3-1 now for Elliott. A walk here would set up runners at first and second with one out. Boning on deck. He crushed one. A line shot to third his last time up, but a nice play over there at the hot corner by Rosas.
Green light here for Cooper Elliott, as they're going to throw back over to see if Marsh thought anything of taking second base. Not a guy you see traditionally stealing, but this is the first time they're seeing these guys this year for the Riptide and the Saints. And the Saints have been aggressive on the base pass today.
Sonduck still warming up in the Saints bullpen. Most likely see him come out in the fifth. That one misses. Elliott will take ball 4, and Marsh will head on to second. There is first walk. I guess I jinxed Biederman.
Yeah, the announcer's jinx works in our favor. Marsh going to move over to second base after the walk by Elliott. And it really has been quite the opposites from the pitching perspective for these teams. Now the 8th walk here for the Riptide, whereas Creighton Hanson has yet to retire or to allow one.
Yep. Absolutely, and that's why the score is what it is today, Tommy. 7-1, Saints lead. First pitch strike to Boning.
Hanson's day likely over. Nothing to be ashamed of at all. 4 innings, 8 strikeouts, 1 earned run. And if Dwight Allen wasn't so fast on the bases, stealing all the way around, he might have gone out for another one.
That's a grounder in between first and second to right for a base hit. Here comes Marsh. Krizik's going to throw home. His throw is not going to be in. Marsh will score. Elliott takes third. Boning on his way to second. An RBI single from Brandon Boning stretches the lead to 8-1.
And I guess Marsh took that personally when I said that not a guy likely to steal. He showed it off. A dribbler through second and first there. Marsh at second base. They were sending him the whole way. They knew it. Hustling down there at third. Able to make it an 8-1 game, and we got another pitcher's visit for the Riptide.
Saints finally starting to get to Biederman, as they now lead 8-1. And a lot of heads-up base running by the Saints. It's a reason why they had 7 runs in the first 2 innings. Is not just the lead guy, Marsh, going home, testing the outfielder's throw, but it's the back base runners and Elliott and Boning advancing, taking the free base they get on the throw. And then, because then another error, another hit, pass ball is resulting in more runs. And that's why on 4 hits, they have 8 runs.
And they have been doing it all day. I was looking down at the scorebook, didn't even notice they did that. Great heads-up base running by Elliott and Boning. It's been station to station, but skipping a couple in between for them. They've been running real fast. Excellent base running by the Saints, eliminating those force outs.
And it looks like that's going to do it for Biederman. Another pitching change for the Riptide. We'll find his name when we get back. The Saints up 8-1, trying to add to that lead in the top half of the 5th. Josiah Castillo, the new pitcher for the Riptide from Pepperdine University. He's got some college teammates in the Saints dugout as well.
Yeah, Jack Baird. Who else we got from Pepperdine here? I know we got a couple more. I think
Connor Bradshaw,
Bradshaw
who's
as well.
on deck. Looks like he might face his college teammate, but first he'll get Cobb here with second and third and still only one out. Saints looking to add to their 8-1 lead. First pitch, Cobb swinging. That's a base hit to right. 1-1 will score. Here comes Boney. He's running third. He's going to score. Cobb trips over first as he was thinking two as the throw gets in, but two more runs, another single for Cobb, and it's a 10-1 lead for the Saints.
And Jackson Cobb definitely catching fire today here. Poking his second hit to right field now. Gotten on base all 3 times. 2 RBIs for him there as Cooper Elliott and Brandon Boning come around to score. And there's that heads-up base running we mentioned on the way out. Josiah Castillo comes in and
First pitch.
gives up a 2-run single his first pitch. Those runs won't credit to him, but Jackson Cobb is now his at first base.
First pitch to Bradshaw, taking for a strike. Cobb stole second with a very unique slide. We apologize you could not see it, thanks to our camera angle. But a very unique athletic slide from Cobb. Let's see if he decides to try to swipe second again. That pitch misses from Castillo, facing his college teammate from Pepperdine and Connor Bradshaw.
Also Trevor Niskern. That was the other Pepperdine boy we got on here.
We knew we had a few. And that's one thing that's got to be cool for the players. Bradshaw fouls that one off. It's 1-2. Is not only we talk about coming to the Saints with their college teammates, but playing other teams in this league, playing against your college teammates that you don't think you'll have a chance to play against besides in practice or something.
Yeah, definitely going to have some bragging rights, I'm sure, after this between Bradshaw and
Castillo.
Castillo's
looking for the strikeout. That one's in the dirt. Bradshaw did not chase. And it's an even count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 3 runs in the first, 4 in the second, and 3 in the fifth for the Saints. Add up to their 10 runs on 5 hits. Pitch. That's inside. It's 3-2.
Bradshaw has 2 of those walks we mentioned earlier.
Both times came around to score.
Has looked very good for the Saints, putting on a lot of good at-bats. And still threatening as Cobb's going.
And Bradshaw hits that one towards deep center. Back goes Allen. Back to the track, to the wall. It's off the wall.
And it bounces away from him over there. It's going to be trouble.
Cobb's going to score. Bradshaw on his way to third. He will stop there. An RBI triple for Connor Bradshaw.
And that one hit off the bottom of the wall. Allen was tracking it just in between center and right. Hits the bottom of the wall, then bounces back over Allen's head. Forced to be fielded by Krizik, the right fielder. And Bradshaw's got a standing triple after knocking in Jackson Cobb there.
It was one of those balls that just seemed to kept carrying. Allen kept going back and back. And it bounced off the wall. A lot of spring on those fences out there because that one shot back in. And Krizik had to get over there to back it up. First pitch against Cali. It's a grounder to short. Bradshaw fell over at third. And the throw's going to go to third. Are they going to get Bradshaw? No, he got back in time.
And that's just something you
Diaz
do not want to see by Diaz there. Got excited, could get the lead runner. Just got to be focused and get Cowley at first there. Cowley coming away quick, swinging at the first pitch. Able to hustle down to first. And Diaz gets the fielder's choice there as well.
With 1 out and run on third, it would have been an RBI ground out should Bradshaw stayed on his feet, but he falls down. Great job by him to get back up and back to third. Diaz didn't know where to go. At throw to third was late. So runners at the corners now with 1 out. Be a fielder's choice for Cali, and here's Burden.
And if you're Diaz there, you just want to get out of this inning right now, and getting that out at first base gets you there the quickest.
Well, Castillo will look for another ground ball here to Burden. That one's dropped, but it's in there for a strike going 1. Diaz, the shortstop for the Riptide from Vanderbilt University. Now, obviously not playing with Vanderbilt here today as Vanderbilt continues to compete in the College World Series. Jason Gonzalez, an ex-Arroyo Seco Saint, had a walk-off hit for Vanderbilt. As Burden, that's a base hit to left field. This time, Bradshaw stays on his feet and will score an RBI single from Burden, and the Saints are starting to really pour it on.
And whatever I said earlier, Burden just seems to always get a hit every time he comes to the plate. Sneaks one between second and third there. Able to bring home Bradshaw and move over Cowley. We got runners at first and second for number 11, Peyton Lewis.
So a single, triple, fielder's choice, and a single. All off Josiah Castillo since he came into the game. Payne Lewis will walk, fly out, and strike out, looking for his first hit. Now the hits are starting to pile in for the Saints.
This is that second, third, fourth time through the order for them. Usually it's around this time they're getting their second at-bats. But after a lot of early success, they're getting their fourth at-bats here in the fifth inning.
This is the ninth hitter of the inning. I looked at you before this inning, said, let's get some hits. Well, the Saints are answering that. Big cut there by Lewis. He fouls it off. As they've sent 9 men to the plate now. Cowden led off the inning with a base hit. He's on deck.
And he's been the only out on the fielder's choice. That Blake Marsh hit to second base. Should have been a double play if you don't remember that.
And that's one of those things where it kind of changes the inning.
Able to just get the lead runner after the bobble by Williams at second.
That one's in the dirt, gets away from the catcher. And the runners will move up. Callie and Burden takes third and second on the wild pitch.
And now you got 2 guys in scoring position for Peyton Lewis. Guy we know who can put a charge into a baseball.
Absolutely had a grand slam earlier in the season. Back at home, got under that one. Rosas running foul territory. Looks like he doesn't have a play on it, and he cannot make the play. Getting close to that fence. It's going to be difficult, but it'll be a foul ball, and the count will be back at 2 apiece.
And Rosas, a guy we know who can make a good play on the defensive end, had one earlier today on Brandon Boning, robbed him of an extra base hit. It's just those skinny outfields, or skinny foul lines.
Territories, yeah.
When you don't have a lot of room to work with in foul territory, it's hard to go after them there.
Sondek's been ready in the bullpen for a very long time now for the Saints. The 2-2 to Lewis, swung on a miss. In the dirt, they'll throw down with no runner on first. Plays made for out number 2. So Peyton Lewis goes down on strikes for the second time in as many innings.
And now, I have a question here for you. How do you write a scorebook when you bat around here and the guy's already gotten a hit?
Just go to the next inning.
I go to the next inning right here?
Yes, that's what I do. Because the odds that Cowden is going to hit in the 6th inning unless the Saints just keep rolling.
That would make sense. Hopefully it does.
Absolutely.
And Josh Cowden's going to be up here with runners on third and second. Cowley and Burden. As he's going to foul off the first pitch.
First pitch swinging again, Cowden. And there's nothing like, obviously, we're in the top of the 5th. Game's not over. But a 12-1 lead right now, there's nothing like coming out in your first CCL game, letting every team know in the standings, this is us.
We mean business right here. This is what they want to see all season for the Arroyo Seco Saints. Like I said, doesn't matter that you see all these big names on other teams, and maybe we don't have some of the flashiest colleges on our resumes, but these guys are hungry. These guys are smart baseball players. These guys are competitive baseball players and have a lot of bats that can do a lot of damage, including this guy at the plate, the milkman Josh Cowden. 2 hits already today.
Yep, and they want to win. They want to go out there and win. They don't care who they're playing, like you said. Riptide with colleges. That one's in the dirt. Count 1 and 2. Riptide with colleges such as Vanderbilt, a few in Tennessee. Georgia. A lot of D1s.
Power 5.
And the Seco Saints come in, and they're up
Making
12-1.
Easy.
Yeah,
Hey.
Up 12-1. This game hasn't been close from the beginning.
It has been all Saints.
Pitch to Cowden, swung on a miss for strike 3. So Castillo strikes out the final 2 guys, but not before the Saints send 10 players to the plate. They add 5 more runs to stretch the lead to 12-1. The Riptide finally stopped the bleeding, but the Saints will be up 11 going to the bottom of the 5th. It's getting chilly out here in Orange County as we play the bottom half of the 5th inning. The Saints up 12-1 after a 5-run top half of the inning. Kyle Sundick, the new pitcher for the Saints.
Yeah, I think your definition of chili and my definition of chili are a little different.
Yeah.
These West Coast guys, you know.
This is California chili.
I know. Wisconsin, I'd be so happy with this. Just absolutely beautiful weather right now.
And the summer's hot in Wisconsin?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Get really hot.
Yeah.
Humid, though. Compared to here, this dry heat's a lot easier to deal with than the humidity heat. But I love summer nights like this. Cool breeze.
Yeah, beautiful night for baseball. For Saints baseball. 7, 8, 9 up for the Riptide. Davis Diaz, the shortstop from Vanderbilt, will lead things off against Sundick.
Kyle's looking to come in here and keep control of the game, just like Creighton Hanson had through the first 4 innings. That one's going to just miss to Davis Diaz.
Sundick from University of Texas San Antonio. John Chomko, the other pitcher from the Saints, from the same school.
Both have been very productive for the Saints this summer.
I was about to say that the University of Texas San Antonio's got some good arms, at least so far with the Saints. The 1-1. Popped up, and we'll be out of play. 1-2 the count to Diaz.
Attacking the zone early has been a huge key so far for the Saints. A lot of guys getting to 2 strikes before they're getting to 3 balls and keeping the hitters on the toes here. And Sunduck's no different than Hanson.
It's the recipe for success when on the mound. And I don't know how Diaz got a piece of that, so dribble it at first. Marsh is going to field it in, touch the base himself for a lazy ground ball out for number 1 for Sunduck.
That's what you like to see from Kyle Sunduck. First guy comes up, first guy goes down. Ground ball to first, easy play for Marsh. Diaz has to run hard, though, to run it out. No chance, though.
Looks like a pinch hitter for the Riptide as Emilio Rosas will be taken out. And it's going to be the University of Nebraska product, Efrain Cervantes.
See if Sunduck can come in here and continue to pound the zone there as the first one comes in for a strike.
The 0-1 from Sunduck. He winds and fires. And he's ahead 0-2 after the foul tip.
Cervantes, pretty limited appearances as well for the Riptide. Just 1 hit so far this summer. Hungry for more. Sunduck's trying to keep it at that total.
The 0-2. He struck him out. Welcome to the game, Cervantes. He goes down on 3 pitches for out number 2 here in the 5th.
And just excellent pitching so far through these first 4 2/3 now for the Saints. That's going to be their 10th strikeout of the game already.
The Riptide, I mentioned their last game was June 18th.
9th strikeout, however.
A win over Walnut. Their game June 19th was postponed against the Inland Valley Bucks. First pitch strike to Simmons. The Riptide, it's their first of 6 straight days with a game. 11 games in 12 days starting today. It's a lot of baseball for them. Pitch right there for a strike. Sunduck ahead 0-2.
And I continue to preach it, but it's been obvious for the Saints pitching staff getting ahead of these batters. And this Riptide team is no joke. Winners of their last 5 right now, and the Saints are coming out here and they are commanding the pitcher's mound.
Good take there by Terrence Simmons. University of Connecticut. It's 1-2 now. Sunduck looking for a perfect 5th. The 1-2. Misses, it's 2-2.
Just outside there for Sunduck. Tried to get a little help from his catcher, Peyton Lewis. Not able to frame that one for him, for the umpire's liking. We've seen a little bit of a smaller zone than we were used to in Palm Springs.
That one's in the dirt. 3-2 now.
Good at bat here for Terrence Simmons. Started off 0-2, has worked it back to a full count. We'll see if Sunduck can finish off what he started.
The full count pitch. He struck him out, an off-speed pitch. Has Simmons out in front, and it's a perfect fifth for Kyle Sunduck. And we'll head to the 6th inning. The Saints still up 12-1.
All right, and we are back to the top of the 6th inning. Speaking of teammates going against each other, Derek Shaver, the new pitcher for the Riptide, going up against his teammate Blake Marsh at Wichita State.
Yep, Derek Shaver. The Riptide's Otani. He
Yes.
can pitch, he can hit, and it's a broken bat. Grounded a short Diaz. Tough play. Strong throw. Got him by a step.
Oof. Close play at first there. Marsh thought he beat it out. The broken bat. Grounder over there to Diaz at shortstop. So I guess he'll get to keep that one as a souvenir.
A defensive substitution for the Riptide as Darian Williams has come out of the game at second for Tyler Griggs.
It's going to be Cooper Elliott now batting here for the Saints.
Another Wichita guy. That's a grounder to second. And here is Giggs. Griggs throw to first is in time. And 2 pitches, 2 outs now for Shaver.
And Shaver gets to retire his teammates.
On
Blake Marsh and Cooper Elliott on back-to-back pitches.
Yep. Now he'll get Brandon Boning.
Probably going to watch this one here. Wouldn't want a
3-pitch inning.
3-pitch inning. It's going to be ground out here for Marsh and Elliott. Bringing up number 10, shortstop Brandon Boning.
First pitch fastball's high, ball 1.
Shaver, as you mentioned, their Riptide's Otani has had a little trouble at the plate, yet to get his first hit of the year. Does have an RBI as Boning's going to put a charge into this one.
Right. Back goes Krizik. He's under it just shy of the track. We'll make the catch for out number 3 as we'll head to the bottom of the 6th after a quick inning. Saints up 12-1. Kyle Sondick back out there in the bottom half of the 6th inning as the Saints still lead 12-1, as we're going to be joined by a very special guest, Tommy Steyer, pitcher from Creighton. Tommy, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. The Saints up 12-1 here in the bottom of the 6th after getting off to an early start. A quick inning for the Riptide, as it'll be led off by Dwight Allen against Sondick. Got a 1-2-3 inning in the 5th for him.
Tommy Steyer, the man out of Creighton University. Your teammate Creighton looked pretty good on the bump today, huh?
Yeah, he was fantastic. It was fun to watch. He was throwing everything he wanted right in the zone, making him look kind of foolish up there. It was fun to watch.
He's perfect through the first 3 innings. Tommy, you from Creighton University, I always like to ask first is explain the process of how you became a Saint coming over, obviously Creighton in Nebraska. How did you get over here?
So last year I was actually supposed to come out here too. So then our coaches back at Creighton asked us like what leagues we want to play in, and obviously the California League was of high interest for me, and so I put that on there, and Creighton has a connection out here, so that's how I first got placed there. And then after the COVID situation last year, they asked if I wanted to come back out here again, and I absolutely wanted to, yeah.
Yeah, nice to escape the Midwest, you and me both.
Yeah.
Wisconsin guy over here and Nebraska guy.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Working your way out here. So growing up now, you actually first went to University of Nebraska, Omaha, is that correct?
Yeah, I did my freshman year. Yep.
Freshman year. You from the Omaha area?
Yeah, so just a little outside of like technically Omaha. It's out in Elkhorn, out west.
So I don't know if you've heard about it, but there is a College World Series going on over there in Omaha right now. Did you ever find your way over there while you're living in Nebraska?
Oh yeah, especially when I was younger, it was fantastic going to all the games and looking up to those guys when I'm in middle school, thinking about, oh, that'd be sweet to play there. But,
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Sondick's going to deliver here, gets another strike on him. Going to be an 0-2 count.
Sondick struck out Dwight Allen on 3 pitches, 5 straight pitches that are strikes. For Sondick, Tommy, now the plan is for you to start tomorrow. I want to ask, so like tonight and then tomorrow morning, how do you prepare for game day when you know you're going to be starting or on the mound?
Well, the day before, I like to take my time stretching and then play a little long toss, just get the arm loose. And then tonight, I like to sleep in a little bit, make sure I'm well rested, and then just taking my time stretching before the actual start, getting there nice and early, and just making sure I'm loose to go. Because hopefully I'll be able to go more than 2 innings this outing.
Yeah.
So
little rough last outing, but
yeah.
got to have a short memory as a pitcher, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing too bad.
Yeah.
So when you come out here to play summer ball, what are things that you're trying to accomplish? What are kind of your goals and things you look out to when you're not playing as competitive baseball. Yeah. You're not as invested in the team. You just know some of these guys. Just met Milam this year probably or somewhere around there. Mm-hmm. What are you coming out here to try to get done to really work on your game and your craft to go back to Nebraska and bring with you?
The main goal I had this summer was just to fine-tune my slider and then my sidearm action with the changeup and the two-seam and slider from there, and then just to be more keep my poise better up on the mound and just learn how to handle adversity a little better instead of showing too much emotion up there, because I like to talk a little smack, so I'm trying to limit that a little bit and keep within myself.
Ground to the third, and the throw is made. 1-2-3 go the Riptide, as the Saints and Kyle Sondick is perfect through 2 straight innings. As we have Tommy Steyer here with us. And Tommy, my question, I like to ask everyone this that joins us. Is there a player growing up that you admired or wanted to model your game after?
I don't know. I've always just been a Cubs fan, so just watching.
Oh. No, not what you. Wrong answer. Wrong answer.
So I don't know. Just watching all the Cubs play. I mean, going into UNO as a two-way player, so I like playing defense a lot. I wasn't the best hitter, so I mean, I just always really admired Sammy Sosa. So it wasn't until my senior year of high school that I was a PO, so that kind of changed my perspective on who to look up to, and that's like right around the time Jake Arrieta with the Cubs and all that. Yeah. So that was a nice guy to watch.
Do you ever miss hitting?
What's that?
Do you ever miss hitting?
No, I do not miss hitting. I was started 5 games for UNO and I was 1 for 13, so I did not miss hitting.
Now, bringing it back to a regional question over here. You know, we're both Midwest kids, and is this your first time out in California?
It is actually not. So I have 4 brothers, and my oldest one went to Santa Clara, so I've been out to California for a couple times to visit him. I have some cousins that live up in Sacramento, and then my youngest brother, or one of my younger brothers, is at the University of San Diego right now, so
there
came
you
out
are.
to visit him. Yep.
So you got a little bit of experience out in California.
Yeah.
How would you say you change your mindset, your attitude kind of from Midwest when you come to play baseball versus West Coast baseball?
Well, Midwest baseball is you got to grind through the cold in February and March, and that's a whole different type of grind. Coming out here, it just seems more relaxing, and you can enjoy your time, enjoy baseball. It definitely is a lot freer to do it.
Jackson Cobb to lead things off for the Saints in the 7th. Still facing Derek Shaver, who had a 4-pitch 6th inning. Looking for the same efficiency, Cobb fouls it off on the first pitch. Now, Tommy and I talk about it all the time, that how the Saints have a bunch of players from the same schools. We have a few from Wichita, a few from Pepperdine, so teammates come in to play with the Saints together. How cool is it for you, obviously Jack Grace, who's on deck, also went to Creighton. How cool is it to be able to experience this with him as well?
Yeah, it's been great with coming out with Jack. Me and him drove out here all 22 hours, so just spending that time with him has been great.
Cobb's going to put a charge into that one. It's going to be a fly ball to the left. Sorry to interrupt you there. Go ahead.
No,
Finish
you're
that
all
one
right.
out
You're
there,
right. Yeah,
Tommy.
I mean, it's been great coming out here with him because he was a freshman at Creighton. That was my first year at Creighton. We've gone the last 3 years together. I've been pretty close with him the whole time, so it's just great being out here with him.
As Cobb flies out to left, that's only 5 pitches for Shaver, and he's got 4 outs. As Jack Grace, as we just talked about, will pinch hit for Bradshaw for his first plate appearance of the game.
It's going to be in there for a ball, actually. It looks a little outside. Now, Tommy, you got any, superstitions? You got anything you, do maybe before, a little ritual, something that you always got to do or think works for you better?
I've came to find out this year I usually pitch a little better when I got chewing on some gum.
Something that simple? Just chewing gum?
I don't know why, but I usually just calms me down or something.
Well, what flavor of gum are you talking about? You're not like a cinnamon guy,
no,
are you? No,
just some sort of classic.
Yeah, I don't trust those people.
Yeah.
I don't trust those guys who chew on cinnamon gum.
Yeah.
Now, we talked about obviously your last start and how you had to kind of look behind it. If you're chewing a certain gum last start and it didn't work out, do you change it?
No, I didn't have any gum on me last time.
That's why.
That's why. That explains a lot.
That's what I'm putting my blame on that outing for.
You have 4 sticks of gum tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. That's the plan.
1-1's blown by Grace. It's 1-2.
And I got one more regional question for you. We've already had a little bit of a discussion about this. Culver's. They don't got any out here, right? No one even knows what we're talking about, probably. One of the best fast food restaurants, as Grace is going to go down on strikes there. Regional, we don't have In-N-Out where you guys over here. The California In-N-Out is completely oblivious to us. We got Culver's, okay? Tommy, please tell me you're in the agreement that this Culver's ends the In-N-Out discussion all day over here.
Me and Jack decided on the first day to go get In-N-Out, and we came to the conclusion that it was below average.
Yeah.
And Culver's was fantastic.
What's the go-to order at Culver's?
That's ripped up the middle
you
for a
gotta go
base
with
hit.
just the butter burger and then some custard for sure. And the fries are fantastic.
Fries
Just
are
can't
great.
go-
The crinkle cut,
yeah,
nothing beats it.
no.
Nothing beats it.
Just can't go wrong with it.
I've never tried Culver's, so I can't judge it or say In-N-Out's better. But In-N-Out really below average.
All right, you got to get out the Culver's, man. There's one in
Maybe
Arizona.
maybe that'll change.
I think there's one in Arizona over here, but
Yeah.
not very many out west. Very Midwest dominant. I didn't even know there was many out of Wisconsin, to be honest. But
Yeah.
few in Iowa, I guess in Nebraska as well too.
Yeah, there's at least one in Omaha.
That's all that
know.
matters. Yeah.
Exactly.
As Burden gets a fastball up and in after a single from Cali.
If you guys are just joining in with us, Tommy Steyer, pitcher of the Arroyo Seco Saints, going to have the start tomorrow. joining us here in the bottom of the 6th and the top of the 7th. Bottom of the 6th went kind of quick. I didn't want to get rid of you right away, Tommy.
Yeah.
I didn't want
that-
you to think that we were trying to get rid of you. As this one's going to be popped up here.
Cervantes
near
at third.
base.
That'll be foul. Tommy, how nice is it, obviously being a pitcher, you're not an everyday player, to be able to sit back, know you're not playing today's game, and just enjoy the game?
It is super nice. Not even dressed in full uniform. I can sit back in the bullpen and chop it up with the guys and get to know them a lot better. It's fantastic. Enjoying some just watching, enjoying baseball.
How has it been with the guys? Obviously, it's still kind of early in the season, but now you're a good few weeks in. Is the relationship good and the chemistry good between?
Oh, yeah, the chemistry is fantastic on this team. I mean, most of us are living at the apartments all together, so we can walk down 10 stairs and go hang out with 5 other guys, and it's fantastic being able to do that.
Yeah, and as seeing it firsthand, it really looks like this team has gelled quickly together. You guys kind of joke around with each other in the bullpen, kind of get on each other, maybe a little bit of fun poked at each other over there. You got anything that goes down in the bullpen?
I mean, today we were just chirping the second baseman, just having a little fun with that. You know, guys telling some dumb stories about the beach or something. I don't know. They're just talking about how their pitchers walking everyone, just all that, all of that.
Some friendly banter, right?
Yeah,
That
exactly.
doesn't take a analyst or a broadcaster to realize they were walking quite a few
Yeah,
on
a lot of
OC's side.
a lot of balls. As it's 3-1 to Burden. After a wild pitch allowed Callie to take second. Saints still up 12-1. We're joined by Tommy Steyer.
Now, Tommy, I haven't played baseball since 7th grade, probably. But I do have a lot of confidence, okay? I didn't see anything above 75 miles an hour, okay, in my career. Nothing even close. How many pitches do you think it's going to take if I step in the box with you?
How many pitches till you get a hit, or what?
No. I mean, just in the at-bat, how long you think it's going? I personally think, as Burton's going to draw the walk, you put anything over the heart of the plate, I'm taking it for a ride. Okay, I got the hips, I got the hands. It doesn't matter. I got a lot of mass behind me here.
He talks a big game.
Yeah, I mean, I'd give him 4 pitches. I'd go, it's 0-2 easy, and then I'd probably go slider in the dirt. I'll give him a take on that.
I always take those. I always take
Then
those.
a fastball up because he thinks he can hit, and then he'll swing and miss on it.
All right, Dom said 3 pitches, so to be fair.
Dom's a little overconfident.
Yeah.
I'll give him that. Got to have some confidence.
Second. Off of Griggs' glove, Callie's going to round third. He's going to come home. Burden on his way to third. It's another run for the Saints. Their 13th of the night. An RBI single.
And, Tommy, what does this do for you with a game like this where you guys have been in control most of the game, pretty much since like the first inning they put up 3 spot for you. Well, not for you, but for the Mount.
Yeah.
What does that do for you tomorrow after you see a really good team win? Maybe today you're in a really good spot. What does that do for you tomorrow, and how you prepare the game and how you get ready to go out on the mound?
I mean, well, I like to go into every game having the confidence that I'm going to shut out the other team, but it gives me even more confidence to know that my hitters are hot and they can put me up some runs, and I don't have to worry about if I give up 1 run, then I'm screwed. Like, we can't win this game. So it definitely helps with my confidence going into the next game for sure. And I like how we're still even putting it on them a little bit. It shows like we're not just coasting through the way.
Yeah, not going to just roll over in the later innings.
Yep, exactly.
Number 27, the Milkman, Josh Cowden up. You guys call him that? Or am I the only one that calls him that?
I have not heard that nickname.
Oh, yeah, start using it. Start using it. We're
Milkman.
trying to get it going.
I will get
Milkman.
it going.
Yeah, the Milkman.
And he's hitting, too. He keeps hitting. He's got 2 hits today.
Good weekend in Palm Springs, and he brought it with him to OC.
He's behind in the count now, 1-2.
He's got a pretty swing.
It does look nice, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
He's a guy who only means business, too. Josh,
Yeah.
I mean, just always at the gym at 6 in the morning, and
And
I call him Utah's Batman the way he talks, too.
And if he doesn't like the call, he's not afraid. If he doesn't like the call, he's not afraid to talk to the ump, too.
That's fair. I can't imagine Josh is saying
Yeah,
anything too mean to umpires, though, to get kicked out of games.
Yeah, I don't know. 11-2 game with 2 outs in the 9th. I don't know what was said, but Cowden goes down swinging there, and that will retire the side in the top half of the 7th. 7th inning stretch time. Tommy, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
A lot of fun.
Yep. Good luck
Absolutely.
tomorrow.
Go tell
Thank
your
you.
friends that you like having interviews with us up here, all right?
Absolutely, I will.
Thank you. Saints lead 13-1 as we go to the bottom of the 7th. New pitcher for the Saints will be Chris Stamos on the mound, the southpaw, replacing Kyle Sunduk, who was excellent in his 2 innings of work.
Yeah, it's been a great pitching day for the Saints. Look to see if Stamos can continue the dominance on the mound in this 13-1 game in favor of the Saints right now.
Another thank you to Tommy Steyer for joining us. Fun inning talking to him. So, reminder, he'll be on the mound tomorrow for the Saints, back at home.
Yeah, real good guy, Tommy Steyer. Met him on day 2 here. We, of course, live at the same complex. Guy who drove up with Jack Grace. A lot of Tommies in the Saints organization,
Yeah, a lot
too.
I'll say I was talking to you and I said Tommy, and I'm like, oh shoot, I realized he was Tommy too.
Yeah. Plus, there's another one on the team, Tommy Hannon. Our boss, of course, Tom.
We had a whole discussion earlier about what to call him.
Yeah, just everyone gotta be on your toes if your name is Tom around the Saints parts here.
Yeah.
Never know who's talking to you.
As the 2-1 from Stamos. That's in there. 2-2. As is a pinch hitter for the Riptide. Coming in for Seth Beckstead is Nathan Waugh.
Out of Cornell.
First pitch. It's checked down. It's a ball. It's 3-2. Stamos, one of the 4 lefties we talk about a lot.
Waugh looking for his first hit of the summer still. 0 for 6 to start it off. Does have a walk in there and a run.
Derek Yu in the bullpen warming up as well. To Chopper. Cobb running up on it. Strong throw to Marsh at first for out number 1.
And just the quick work and the quick pace of these Saints pitchers right now has been all you need to see. Between Stamos, Sunduk, and Hanson, all of them able to retire their first guy. And there's still some action, as you said, Derek Yu warming up. As
Reed Spenrath, the first baseman from Texas Christian University, TCU. The Horned Frogs. Lefty versus lefty matchup. First pitch taken for a ball. It's an interesting mascot, Horned Frogs.
Yeah, they. One of my earlier memories I can remember is a sports fan was Russell Wilson's time at Wisconsin, Rose Bowl against TCU. Andy Dalton, the quarterback. Yep.
Bengals fan, obviously.
Got
know a lot
it.
about Andy Dalton.
Yep.
The Red Rifle.
Unfortunate
times-
loss there.
At times, the Red BB gun.
Yeah. Unfortunate loss there. I think they lost on a spike to end the game.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember watching that one over with Pops over at the local watering hole back in Wisconsin, the Bubbler. Shout out to them. I was 12 years old going there. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
They know who I am.
Stamos behind 3-0 to Spenrath. Saints yet to walk someone. Stamos in danger of doing that. 3-0, green light is fouled off. 3-1.
Yeah, you wonder why Spenrath is swinging at the 3-0. I mean, I guess it might have looked appetizing to him, but yet to get a walk today for the Saints. And those free passes have been a big telling story.
Here's the wind-up and pitch on 3-1. That misses ball 4. There's the first walk. Spenrath will take first. On the base on balls, and it's 1 out runner at first now. It's going to be Colton Freeman, who came in for Krizik a few innings ago in right field.
Freeman, another Ivy Leaguer, Dartmouth. Good start so far to the summer, 313 average.
Stamos having trouble finding the zone. There's the ball. It's Freeman's first at-bat of the night. 6'3", 205, big man. Does that one off.
And even when they go down those first pitch balls, these Saints pitchers have been firing at the strike zone. A lot of fastballs today. It's been bailing out a lot. It looked good. Creighton Hanson's fastball today was, whoo.
Yeah, it was buzzing.
Something.
Must have been a blur for the Riptide as they could not hit it that first time through the order.
We couldn't even see it up here.
Nope. Off-speed pitch ripped to short. Pass Broning just out of his reach into left for a base hit. So Freeman's 1 for 1 in his only at-bat. And now some trouble here for Stamos in the 7th.
Yeah, Stamos leaves that one hanging over the middle of the plate. That's going to be one of the easiest hits of the summer for Freeman. Would be kicking himself if he didn't take that pitch into the outfield like he did there.
Great job by him sitting back, waiting on it. And that'll be the Vanderbilt product, Davis Diaz, the shortstop for the Riptide. That's in there for a strike. Still some groans from the Riptide dugout. Heard that in the first inning, and it's lasted now until the 7th. Stamos looking for a double play ball to get him out of the 7th and get the bats going back in the 8th. It's fouled off. It's now 0-2. The Saints have 13 runs on 9 hits and no errors. The Riptide 1 run on 4 hits and 3 errors. All 3 of the errors happening in the first 2 innings, in which the Saints got 7 of their 13 runs.
Yeah, and it looked to be that some sloppy play was the reason why the Saints were getting all these runs.
And Stamos hits Diaz on an 0-2 count.
Don't like to do that, lose him there. See if we see a little meeting here from Lewis and Stamos. Tell them to cool down a little bit. 1 out here, a double play would go a long way for Stamos.
As it looks like possibly another. No, it's going to be Efrain Cervantes still for his second plate appearance. He came in and struck out back in the 5th. He struck out on 3 pitches, and he's swinging and missing on the first one here, 0-1.
And Stamos here finds himself in some trouble. Bases loaded, but's got a big 12-run cushion behind him. 13-1 here. He's going to keep pounding that fastball in for the 0-2 now.
Yep, Sorrenta's seen 5 pitches so far. He's yet to make contact. In danger of going down on strikes for the second time. I don't think we talked enough about how great Sondek was. Faced the minimum of 6 through his 2 innings. Had 4 strikeouts.
1 hit over his last 5 innings for him right now. He's been a great guy to go to in the bullpen for the Saints.
Stamos just misses there for ball 1. Yeah, he struck out 4 and had 2 groundouts. And the weak contact. His last inning in the 6th, he struck out the first 2 batters on 6 pitches. The 1-2. In the dirt. It's back to 2-2.
And that was the story, that these pitchers from the Saints and the bats from the Riptide coming in today. Riptide got off to a really hot start. As you said, lost their first 2 of their first 3. They went on 5 in a row and have been on a tear.
And that fastball misses. And it's full now. That looked good to me, Tommy. I mean, I don't have a good angle.
Yeah, we've been seeing this zone. This guy's been pretty consistent, I'd like to think. He's been got the guys chirping on both sides, so that must mean
full count pitch. Line. That's a base hit over Cobb's head. That's into center. 1 run will score. Here comes Freeman. The throw from center. It's not going to be in time. It's a 2-run single for Cervantes. And the Riptide get 2 back off Stamos.
Yeah, and just was put in a bad spot there. Had to put a pitch over the heart of the plate. Count was full. Didn't want to lose him, walk in the run. The single ends up scoring 2. Stamos ready to work still, no visit. He wants to keep going.
And that's going to bring up Simmons. He's over 2 strikeouts. First pitch strike.
Going to come right back to a strike here.
Simmons looking for a strikeout or a ground ball. There's still only 1 out in the inning. Riptide cut it to 13-3 now. That fastball blown right by Simmons, 0-2.
A little bit of anger behind that one after giving up the 2-run single in the last at-bat to Cervantes.
And now Stamos has that 0-2 on the last. This is his 3rd consecutive hitter. He's at 0-2. He got a hit by pitch and a single now. Having trouble putting them away.
Let's see if he throws one in the dirt here, gets a guy to chase or something.
At a worse, rollover into a double play. Or maybe at better than a strikeout, not at worse.
Yeah, double play would be nice here.
The 0-2.
There's the dirt.
Pitch gets away. Runner's going to take off. Throw from Lewis down to 3rd. Not going to be in time. So now the double play ball gets wiped out. As it's 2nd and 3rd now.
Smart play by Lewis. Or rather, Cowley there from the throw from Lewis. Just to get off the base. Don't need any more craziness happening here. Runners now at 2nd and 3rd for Simmons. And the 1-2 count.
Still only 1 out in the inning. Looking for the punch out. Wind up and pitch. Grounder to Cobb. Would have been a double play ball, but Cobb will go to 1st. Riptide get another, but the Saints get an out.
And at that point, Stamos is okay with that. He knows the inning isn't going the way he wanted to, giving up 3 runs already, but he's going to ultimately try to finish it out here. And now he can just focus at the plate. 2 down. It's going to bring up the guy who got the first hit of this evening for the Riptide, Dwight Allen.
Yeah, Riptide had nothing going offensively, not even a base runner, until his 2nd at bat back in the 4th. He's also got 2 strikeouts. Takes first pitch strike. He didn't like the call. Stamos will take it. It's 0-1.
Derek Yu still warming up in the pen. Should see him for the 8th inning. Another guy who throws a lot of heat.
Yep, big strikeout guy.
Another Ivy Leaguer, too, Columbia.
Nice block there by Lewis. To save a run. It'll be 1-1. Yeah, you struck out the side his last appearance. Did not see him in Palm Springs.
Just got a nice free weekend getaway then, too.
Yeah, nice. I'll go to Palm Springs, chill, and watch 2 baseball games, right? That one's popped up over our heads and into the trees.
A lot nicer weather today, though.
Oh, yeah.
Cooling off quite nicely.
I might actually throw my sweatshirt on.
Oh, my gosh. If you throw your sweatshirt on, man,
I'm
loving this. I don't know. I mean, I got a little more meat on the bone to help me out. But, man, this is beautiful right now.
That one's ripped to right. Conover's Burden. Will he get there? Yes, he will. A nice sliding catch by Burden in right for out number 3. Stamos appreciates the defensive help from Burden. The Riptide get 3. They still trail 13-4 as you're listening to Saints Baseball on the Arroyo Seco Saints Radio Network. We're on to the 8th inning with the Saints leading 13-4. The first time they'll be seeing a lefty on the mound from the Riptide. New pitcher, number 33, Cade Connolly from Santa Clara University. The freshman, young guy, will get Blake Marsh, Cooper Elliott, and Brandon Boning here in the top of the 8th.
Marsh had a grounder as that one going to be a ball. Thought he beat it out in his last at-bat. Didn't quite get there.
Yeah, it was a good play by Diaz at short.
Look at that skyline right there in the background. Looking real nice.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Good way to end the night.
Yep. And barring any major comebacks, it'll be even better with the Saints win.
Definitely a really strong message and prowess around the league now for the Saints. Riptide were seen as a very productive and very powerhouse-like team. And it's just the first time we're seeing them this year, but a commanding 13-4 position right now here in the top of the 8th inning. You'd like to see that on the bus ride home to Pasadena.
Yeah, and like we said, a lot of the runs early came through walks. But towards the later innings, Saints were able to get their hits, able to hit multiple guys. And here's a leadoff walk here for Marsh.
Well, we saw it was 7 runs on 1 hit at a point for the Saints.
Yep.
Very unconventional start to a ball game. But now we've almost evened out. We got 13 runs on 9 hits, so they're definitely seeing the ball better. And the 5 spot in the 5th, and another run as well in the last inning, 7th, has been a little bit of a different story.
Yeah, there's another ball to Cooper Elliott. Yeah, the 5 spot there in the 5th inning really kind of separated themselves. I mean, 7-1 was a nice lead, but with the Riptide offense, I mean, you say now they have 4 runs, but that big 5 spot really kind of stretched out the lead there. That one's pumped in for a strike to Elliott.
Well, and other than Stamos, the last half inning, the pitching has just been outstanding for the Saints. Of course, Creighton Hanson, 4 real strong innings. Probably could have went more, but game was getting a little out of hand. Try to get some guys on the bump as well.
Yep.
Creighton Hanson, 4 innings, 8 strikeouts, allowing just 1 hit, 1 run.
No walks.
No walks.
Unfortunately, will not get the win because he only went 4 innings. Kyle Sondak, though, who was fantastic in the 2 innings, lined up to get the win.
And a guy who goes 6 up, 6 down, he had a good day too as well.
It's 1-2 on Elliott. Michael Ashley, rough start for him, in line for the loss. Elliott gets under that one, book towards right. Coming over is Freeman. Will he get there? He's going to make nice running catch. Nice running catch there by Colton Freeman for out number 1. Elliott's 0 for 4.
Yeah, the one guy who's had a little bit of trouble today. Seems to always be one person who gets the shorter end of the stick when you come to a game like this.
Yeah, and it's
Cooper Elliott, unfortunately, today.
Yeah, and it sucks being that guy. Like, you don't want to be, but you have to keep your head up. The team win. And knowing Cooper Elliott, the type of guy he is, he's happy the team won. He'll bounce back tomorrow.
He'll figure it out. Cooper's been a very solid, consistent bat for him. And Brandon Boning as well has done the same for him. As the first cut there, might have got a piece of it. It is 0-1.
Connolly. Leadoff walk, then a fly out. 2 fastballs right by Boning. It's 0-2. Boning has a walk and a single. Then a sharp hit ball to third that was caught for a line out and a fly out to right. Pitch. Misses high and outside. It's 1-2. Jackson Cobb on deck. Had a fantastic game.
Definitely needed for him as well, too. Guy was struggling at the plate. Get a nice multi-hit game, couple RBIs to go along with it.
That one's in the dirt. And he's the type of guy, as you said earlier, even through the struggle, won't lack the confidence. He's going to show up to the ballpark knowing what he can do, what he's capable of. It's 2-2 to Boning with Marsh on first and 1 away. 13-4, the Saints lead. That's fouled back.
Just over our heads.
Yep. One of these days, we're going to get a foul ball.
Oh, 100%. I'll die for one.
Yeah. Oh, no, when we get the chance, we can't drop it.
No chance. Anything I do, I go all in on.
Yep.
I'll dive even if I didn't need to, just to make it look better.
There you go. I think that's a smart idea. We need to get a camera on us so we can see that.
Just foul over there for Boning. I don't know if anyone wants to see that. I mean, I was an athlete. I was an athlete in high school, all right? I mean,
I'll say, if you're saying
I'm not these guys right here, but hey.
You're saying you can take these guys deep.
Well, I got to give them that so they get a little bit of confidence boost. Get a little anger, fire under them.
So you're saying is not true?
No, I would take them all.
Yeah,
day.
exactly.
All of them.
It's 2-2 to Boning still.
All in good fun. They know I'm joking around. I couldn't handle any of these guys. You kidding me?
Some of them throw hard.
Stopped in 7th grade.
Fastball right by Boning. He strikes out for the first time tonight. Out number 2.
And now here he comes. Number 1, Jackson Cobb. Couple of real nice hits. Looking good on the base paths today. Playing a lot better defensively than he has the last few days. Very valuable in that 9 spot. And we'll see what he does against Connolly here.
Lefty. Check swing, he went. Strike 1. Cobb's been aggressive today. In fact, he's only seen 8 pitches now. And this is his 5th at-bat. The last 3 at-bats swung on the first pitch. 2 singles and a flyout. He swung there. That's in the dirt, 1-1.
Jackson Cobb actually doing a little interview with my roommate, Joe Pohorilis. I like to give him shout-outs, too. Joe's a great guy.
Go for Joe.
Writing a story on him. Look out for that on our website. very interesting story for him. A guy who was able to be a really good multi-sport athlete back in high school.
Played football.
All-state football at the receiver position. Tragically, as I mentioned earlier, tore the ACL. Still able to bring it back to finish out the baseball season and hit 5 home runs in 5 games his senior year.
Yep. I say he's the definition of a multi-sport athlete. So that one's a ball. 13-4, the Saints lead the Riptide. Scored 3 in the first, 4 in the second, 5 in the fifth, and 1 in the seventh. Connolly looking for the strikeout. Cobb rolls over to first. Play is going to be made by Spenrath for out number 3. So the Saints will go to the bottom of the 8th, still with a 13-4 lead.
You can hear that in the background. Got some jump around playing over here. Wisconsin out here. Little piece of home as we're doing it over here. Obviously, after all the third quarter football games at Camp Randall Stadium, they play the jump around. And good to hear that in California.
Yeah.
I got a little bit different meaning over here, but
some
I
of
get
us
all
enjoy
jacked
it.
up all the time.
Some of us enjoy it more than others. It's a good song.
You know, you got some guys on the team looking at me when they play it. They know. They know.
They see how you react when you hear
Some
the
fellow
song.
interns as well. They know when I hear that song, it's a little different for me. As
Yeah, everyone's got those songs.
yeah,
right?
man. I just look, all right. It's culture over there, man. It's not just a song, all right.
Yeah. No, I get it. Derek Yu, the new pitcher for the Saints, as we get back to baseball. Yu, as you said, has been very good. Another one of those strikeout first kind of guys for the Saints.
You out of Columbia. Been a very productive pitcher. Another guy who throws a lot of heat. Pretty close to that 90-mile-an-hour mark.
There it is
Blows
right there.
that one right by him.
There it is right there.
I don't lie to you. I'm telling you. I know. I talk to these guys, hear where they're throwing, and if there's one thing that's sure about baseball guys is they don't like to mess with their numbers. They like to be consistent because they like to know where they can grow and where they can improve upon too.
Tyler Griggs is at the plate as it counts 1-1. He came in for Darian Williams and struck out in his only plate appearance. He lines that one. That's going to be a bloop base hit to right in front of Burden. And Griggs with a leadoff single here in the 8th. Trying to get the Riptide going. Down 9.
Yeah, the Riptide finally jumping on some pitches here. It's been a very common theme for the Saints, just pounding the zone. Been throwing a lot of strikes. And now finally they're able to catch up to him a little bit as Jack Thomas Wold, the big guy from UNLV, is going to hop into the left-hander's batter's box.
UNLV guys not doing much today as Wold fouls that one off. But to be fair, the Riptide haven't done much. 6 hits. They got 4 runs, 3 coming in the last inning.
Big difference is that errors column. None for the Saints, 3 for the Riptide today.
that influencing the 13-4 lead for the Arroyo Seco Saints. Derek, you looking for possibly a ground ball here to turn 2. No double plays in this game. Excuse me, scratch that. Fastball blown by Wold.
Had the one on the sac fly.
Yep, sac fly attempt that Krizik threw out Cowley at the plate. No ground ball double plays, I should say. Here's Wold in the 0-2 count.
Yu hasn't pitched since Walnut Creek, got the weekend off in Palm Springs. Another guy just got to enjoy the weather over there. Last inning of work. Gave up 1 hit, walked 1, struck out the side though. No runs allowed. Had a little bit of command issues, but ultimately got the job done.
Looking for his first strikeout of this night. Nice job, Lewis, in the dirt. Wold work it back to 2-2. Wold from Boulder City, Nevada. Out here for the summer. 2-2 fastball misses, and now it's 3-2.
We'll see what Yu goes back to here. Seen a lot of strikeouts on the fastball. A few curveballs shaking in there. Some off-speed sliders in the dirt on the end for the Riptide, but Saints have stayed away as Yu's pitch.
To Chopper, could be double play. Nice to Cobb, to Boning, back to Marsh. Not in time. Wold hustling down the line. Beats it by a step.
Yeah, definitely beat him by a step. A little bit slow on the flip from Cobb to Boning, but Wold was hustling down there. I didn't think they thought he was going to be doing all that. He was moving for a big guy over there.
Good hustle by Wold. Will be Nathan Wall for his second plate appearance. He grounded out to lead off the 7th inning. First pitch from you is a ball. Wall, Cornell University from Placenta, California. That one's in there for a strike.
And how about the Saints and the ability to control Jack Thomas Wold? Guy was batting .393 coming in today, 11 hits, 2 homers, 7 RBIs, and he's gotten on base with the fielder's choice. Other than that, he's 0 for 4.
And you can honestly say about that. You can honestly say that about a lot of the Riptide players. You look at the stat lines, the batting averages coming into this game. For them to contain, especially Creighton Hanson, the first 3 innings, to really shut them down early on. There's a strike from you. To shut them down, really show how this game's going to go, show the tempo. And it's really impressive from the Saints.
Yeah, and I think from a broadcaster standpoint, I would probably nominate Creighton Hanson. Even though he's not in line for the win, he's got to be my player of the game. Very fun to watch. Dominant for the first 3 innings. The 4th inning had a little bit of trouble, as that one's in for a ball from you. But 8 strikeouts through 4 innings. Fastball looked great. He's definitely a guy we're going to see make a lot more starts this summer after this one against the Riptide.
Absolutely. Not an easy job. I mean, obviously it's, as you blows that right by Wall for his first strikeout and out number 2. And as I was saying, it's obviously they're 4-2 coming in this game. It's the 7th game of the season, so he's pitched before. They have stuff under their belt, but going out there the first league game, obviously you want to get a good start. You want to, and so it's not the easiest thing to do, go on the mound, especially he hasn't pitched a lot. It's only for pitchers. It's only been 6 games into the season, and to go out there and perform how he did the first 3, he was perfect through the first 3. Look at that fastball.
The pitching has been exactly what Aaron Milam wanted today. Tommy Steyer, who we interviewed in the 6th and 7th inning, was supposed to get the bump. Late change. Decided to go with Creighton Hanson. Said it was a matchup issue, and sure enough, Creighton Hanson made it look like a great matchup for him. Got to credit the 3 early runs right away in the first inning, and then 4 in the second, coming out to a 7-0 lead after 2 innings of work for Hanson. Really helped settle him down on the mound, and he had a great pace that he controlled today.
0-2 off the end of the bat there from Spenrath on the 0-2 to stay alive. You looking for a second strikeout And the third out here in the 8th to send us to the 9th inning.
Sun's down now here in Orange County.
Game creeping up on 3 hours.
Pretty good pace for how many runs have been scored.
Yeah, a lot of walks. And there's strike 3 from you. So he comes in, a lot of U's from the dugout.
Soldier boy.
2 strikeouts for you. And a scoreless bottom of the 8th. We head to the 9th. The Saints up 13-4. Shrez Butcher is the new pitcher for the Riptide in the top half of the 9th. They trail by 9, have scored 13-4. He'll get the top of the order for the Saints. Jack Grace to lead things off. He came in, pinched hit in the 7th for Connor Bradshaw and struck out swinging. He'll look for better results here in his second plate appearance. Butcher throwing gas, fires strike 1.
You know, I just want to say real quick, Jared, I'm usually too busy, like always moving around, always working around in these broadcasts, as that one's going to get in there for a strike 2 on Grace. I finally, with a little bit of help from you, I've kept up with the scorebook. You know, we always are like splitting time with it, but I keep my own, you keep yours as well. And I finally was able to get through a whole 9 innings without any chaos happening, and I can just focus in on what I need to write down so I can help use that and not look over at yours to cheat a little bit.
Like I said, the players are getting in their groove as the season goes on. So are the broadcasters. I mean, in Palm Springs, one of the games, in the interview, you mixed up and you ended up not doing the last few innings. Now look at interview in everything. You're still right with it.
I know. I'm 4 broadcasts in. I'm getting to mid-season form here, baby.
We're getting rolling. Pitcher Shrez Butcher has 1 and 2 on Grace. Or his fastball, man, he's got some heat on that, but that missed 2 and 2. From the University of Tennessee. Unfortunately for his college, the Volunteers were eliminated in the College World Series today by Texas. Hook'em Horns.
A lot of Tennessee alumni find their way out from the Midwest to get over to California. Is that one?
Did it hit him?
I think it was a walk.
Was
there.
it ball 4?
Yeah, I think the count was wrong on the scoreboard. Might have got us tripped up as we were talking.
Hit by graceful, nonetheless, whether hit by pitch or walk, we'll take first. Another free pass. And it'll bring Callie up. He got his first hit of the game in the 7th inning. Takes a strike there.
Been on base a lot, though. Hit by pitch in the first, walk in the second. Got an RBI with that walk. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 5th as well. And like you said, a 7th inning single for him was his first hit of the night.
Yeah, he's come around to score twice, but he's behind in the count 0-2. as Fino Amador warms up in the Saints bullpen, and Callie goes down to 3 pitches. That fastball is just overmatched.
Yeah, Butcher looks really nice on the mound there. Why not throw that fastball? No one else is catching up to it yet.
And here's Burden. Burden has gone on his last 2 plate appearances. Got on in the second inning thanks to an error and came around to score. He's got a hit and a walk as it's ball 1.
Yeah, you look in the box score every week and you don't see the full impact Burden does. Always gets the hit, like I said.
Yep.
Plays very well at right field. That one's going to be up.
Third baseman going after it, not going to get there.
Just out of play over there in left field. But as I was saying, Burden plays very good defense in right field. Saw him make a nice slide and catch today. And has been locked in at that 3 spot for manager Aaron Milam. And with the success again today and another hit, I'm sure we'll see him there tomorrow.
That pitch is way outside for a ball. Like you said, you look at the stat line, maybe he doesn't jump out, but it's that consistent 1 for 3 getting on base twice. 2 for 4, coming around to score, always making things happen. And that's why he's been in that 3 spot. And will continue to be.
One of the young guys, too, here.
Yeah.
Was a freshman at Cal this last year. Found his way to Pasadena, and he's making an impact for the Saints.
Pitch is inside. It's 3-1 now to Burden.
Jack Grace stands at first base. Started this inning off with a walk. Drew Cowley struck out right after, and here we are, Jack Burden sitting at a 3-1 count with 1 down in the inning.
Laid on the fastball, but fouled it off. It's full count. Butcher looking for his second strikeout of the inning. In danger of his second walk.
Just got to keep it in the zone here for Butcher.
Yep, has stuff that he's got swing and miss stuff.
He's going to step off the mound and reset here real quick.
Peyton Lewis on deck. 3-2. Burden, great job to stay alive. As you said, now being the CCL, we won't see as many. We know Aaron Milam likes to make a bunch of substitutions in the 6th inning. Saw a lot of it in Palm Springs and early so far in the season. Now that the CCL here, not as much. Jack Grace obviously for Bradshaw. But that's the only substitution so far for the Saints.
It's not going to go down in the stat book as it, but this is the 6th time Burden has come to the plate today. Does have a walk in there, so it'll only say 5, but a lot of guys coming up for him, and Burden hasn't been subbed out.
And he seems like the guy, even with the substitutions, Burden's always left in there. He always keeps Burden in there. And like you said, maybe it's because not just the hits that he gets, or it's just the impact he has on the team and just being out on the field. He's one of those players that he doesn't have to hit 400, that the team's just better when he's in. And that's a grounder to short. It's going to be a difficult play. High throw. He's going to beat it out.
And
Grace will be safe at second.
That's going to be an infield single right there. They had no chance at getting him at first. They had to try to go to second. Would have been a nice play to get him over there as well, too. Grace is able to run it out.
Even with a good throw, I don't know if they get Grace there at second. It'll be interesting if they rule it a hit or not.
It is ruled a hit.
Yep, they did give it a hit. Second one of the night for Burden. But as I was saying about Jack, that type of guy that doesn't matter his stats, you just know you're a better team when he's on the field.
It's the impact, the eye test. You know Jack Burden is making a difference when he's playing for the Saints.
Peyton Lewis stands in, takes strike 1. Lewis.
Single in his last at-bat.
Yep, for an RBI. Looking for another RBI if he can drop in another one for a hit, but he's behind in the count 0-2.
Another guy that always feel better him being in the lineup as opposed to not.
As he plays catcher at times, being behind the plate for a long 9-inning game. Makes you wonder a little bit how often Milam will play him. A little tardy on that fastball. Remains 0-2.
Able to make it through the whole game today. But if there's a position they're pretty deep at, it is behind the plate. Of course, John Bo Willis, very respectable and serviceable catcher for them.
Tanner Lindsley we've seen.
And even Hayden Seldamridge is sneaking a couple at-bats in there too.
Off-speed pitch misses. 1-2. Sure has Butcher. That one misses. And Lewis has worked it back to a 2-2 count.
Lewis out of Cypress, Texas. Dubbed the nickname P-Lou since he's gotten here. Accounting major. Kind of seems like an accounting major. Pretty quiet guy.
Yeah.
Laid back. Not a whole lot going on. Doesn't like to have too much attention drawn to him.
You know who might be even quieter than him? The man on deck.
Josh Cowden, the milkman.
It is the 9th inning. Dangerous time for him. Did not finish the 9th inning last game.
Yeah, we've seen him. Gets a little aggressive in the 9th inning. As Lewis going to foul that one off again. Count is still full here with one down in the top of the 9th.
And when we say aggressive, we mean he like turned and whispered something to the
Josh,
umpire.
Josh got to be one of the quietest guys I've ever met. I mean,
seriously.
Really laid back. He likes to talk when he knows you. He opens up a little bit.
And the kid can play baseball, I'll tell you that. Lewis with a great at-bat. He was down 0-2, fouled off an 0-2 pitch, worked it back to 3-2, and back-to-back foul balls here. Making Butcher throw.
Yeah, Lewis batted .277 in 2021 for Texas State. 3 homers, 18 hits, 8 RBIs. He's a guy who usually plays the outfield. And he's going to draw a walk here. And he's behind the plate tonight. Bases are going to be loaded here. For number 27, the milkman, Josh Cowden.
Beautiful at bat there by Peyton Lewis. So you reach bases again, and here's Cowden, who reached on a single, reached on an error, had another single, but then back-to-back strikeouts in his last 2 plate appearances. Looking to change that with 1 out and the bases loaded.
Came around to bat twice in the 6th inning and got 2 of the outs. As you said, struck out both times.
Quickly ahead in the count, 2-0.
I take that back. He struck out once in the 7th and the 6th. That inning is weird.
Yeah,
got a single.
batted twice in the 5th.
Batted twice in the 5th. See, I had to write it on the side, like you said there. I didn't know how to do it, and it messed me up later on.
He led off the 5th with a single and ended it with a strikeout.
Got it now. I got it written down here. A little boxed off.
2-0, we'll take a strike.
I did tell you, though, he likes to, when he grabs a hit, there's a good bet he's going to get another one. He has not gotten a single hit game this year. He's going to take another strike as he swings at that one. Has not gotten a single hit game. Every game he's gotten a hit, he's gotten at least 2. Sometimes even 3.
Maybe had 3 on last Friday at Palm Springs, including an RBI double. Looking to drive in some runs here. And it's 3-2. Butcher in danger of walking in a run.
And he's got a sweet swing.
Yeah.
Tommy Steyer brought it up earlier. He does have a sweet swing. It's gotten a charge into 1 this year. Does have a homer.
It's a swing you tell young people to watch. As he hits
that
that one
driven
deep towards left center. Back goes Allen towards the track. Will catch it just shy of the track. Runners will tag as the throw gets in. It'll be a sac fly for Cowden.
I was getting a little excited on that one. It was disappearing in the night sky. Can't really see it as well. It's going to be a sac fly, though.
Just shy of the warning track. Cowden just missed, but he'll take the RBI. Like he's shaking his head walking the dugout. Knows he just missed that one.
Yeah, they giving him a hard time. Good clap on that one from the dugout. Wish he has that one back, but it's going to go down as no at-bat with the sac fly, and he gets an RBI out of it.
Burden took 3rd as well. And it'll bring up Marsh, who takes strike 1.
Marsh doesn't have a hit yet today. Gotten on base with a fielder's choice. Did come around to score with that. And walked last inning.
And that's one where Butcher, because he throws so fast, they say Cowden gets around on it. We talk about all the time, you see in the major leagues, when someone throws so fast, when a hitter can turn on that fastball, it can go a very long way. That's a grounder to short. Diaz has it, flipped to second for the force, and that's out number 3. We will head to the bottom of the ninth. The Saints get their 14th run of the game thanks to a sac fly from Cowden, and they lead 14-4 going to the ninth.
And here we are in Orange County. Bringing you back for the top of the ninth inning here. It's been all Saints baseball. 14-4 over the Orange County Riptide right now. Saints are going to bring in righty Fino Amador from the pen to finish us out here in the ninth inning. Fino's got one appearance this year, one inning of work, no hits, a walk, and a strikeout.
Yeah, Fino making his second appearance. Short fella. One of the shorter pitchers on the mound.
A lot of heart, though. A lot of heart.
Yeah. From Cal State LA.
And an all-time hair flow on the team,
Yes.
too. Look at those locks.
We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, like Samson with those things.
Yeah, great hair. From Cal State LA, same with his Saints teammate, his other Saints pitcher, Saxon Andros.
Yeah, we've been trying to pitch to get a Fino Amador night at Jackie Robinson Park. All the fans go walk away with a hat with the hair on the outside of it like that.
Fino Amador night.
Yeah, it would be electric. We would love it. Come on, Fino's a fan favorite over here.
Absolutely. Especially if he can pitch like he did last time. His first batter is Colton Freeman, who takes the ball 1-0. Freeman singled and came around to score. And his only at-bat since coming in the game for Krizik. That one he gets under, high up in the air. Cowley in foul territory, difficult play, will make the catch.
What an effort there by Cowley, hard to see.
Fino starts running after it like he was going to make the play. But Cowley calls him off and makes it one away.
Cowley shrugging him off to get a little fist bump over there. Fino's just
Fino's like, I can field.
Yeah, he's just a spark plug for him. Always trying to make something happen.
I bring up Davis Diaz. He's 0 for 2 with the hit by pitch. He came around to score after the hit by pitch, part of the 3-run inning for the Riptide back in the 7th.
When you talk about the success of Fino Amador for the Saints, what about for Cal State LA? Now, relief role had a .0 or 0.82 ERA, 13 strikeouts, 1.18 WHIP. That's dealing from the mound.
Yeah, Fino's been good. That one's low. It's 2-1. Like I said, Saxon Andros, also from Cal State LA. Cal State LA got some good arms down there.
Saxon, we'll probably see him start later on this week.
Yep, he's due soon. He was good his last outing as well. Two-two, lined up to center. That's gonna be a base hit. So a base hit for Diaz, his first hit of the evening, and a one-out single here in the ninth.
Yeah, Amador just leaves a fastball right down the heart of the plate. Luckily, all it is a good piece of hitting up the middle for Diaz. And that's going to bring up Cervantes from the University of Nebraska.
He struck out, then singled in 2 runs in the 7th since coming in the game for Rosas, the third baseman. Ball in the dirt. Nice job by Lewis. Fino looking for a double play ball that can end the game. Dominant performance from the Saints tonight. 14 runs on 10 hits. The windup and the pitch. Swung on a miss. 1-1.
Was able to talk with Amador over the weekend in Palm Springs. Actually sat next to him on the ride home Saturday.
That's why I sat next to him on the way to the field.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
See, yeah, real fun
Both of us,
guy.
yeah.
Very talkative.
Yeah. He's a very outgoing guy.
Yeah, goofy guy, too.
Yeah. That's the ground ball. Could be double play. Boning. Flip to Cobb. Throw to Marsh at first. It's a double play to end the game. Fino Amador rolls it up, and the Saints are going to take this one by a score of 14-4. The Saints score 14 runs on 10 hits. The Riptide get 4 on 7 hits and 3 errors. Tommy, the Saints came out not hitting, but just some great at-bats, got to the early lead and held on.
Yeah, absolutely. What they lacked in the hit category through the first 2 innings, the pitching really made up for it today. A phenomenal start by Creighton Hanson, of course, today. 4 innings of work, 8 strikeouts, giving up only 1 run. Looked really good through the first 4 innings. Definitely set them up after they get a really good lead in the first 2 innings. Of course, 7 runs. But in order to get through 4 innings, up 7-1, and then come back out into the 5th and then make it 12-1 after that, it was smooth sailing from the Saints from there, and that's how we've gotten to our 14-4 total here. A little scary in the 7th inning. Stamos got into some trouble, but was able to work through it, and ultimately the Saints go marching in for a W.
Absolutely. The Saints improved to 5-2 and end their little 2-game skid. They'll return home tomorrow and play the St. Luis Obispo Blues, while the Riptide will take on the Santa Barbara Foresters. For Tommy Wirtz and the entire Arroyo Seco Saint intern staff, I'm Jarrett Thompson. Thank you to listening to Saints Baseball on the Arroyo Seco Saints Radio Network.
Thank you, Jarrett. Good night, Mom.